Remove this box. Good evening, Chinnayya.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Doing good, sir. How are you?
Fine.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir. Sir, start ಮಾಡೋಣ sir session.
Sure.
ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ
Good.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the day 4 of the FDP. Thank you all the participants for joining us and continuing to actively taking part in this FDP on emerging trends in artificial intelligence for smart innovations and sustainable technologies in Industry 4.0, an online 6-day FDP sponsored by AICT, ATAL. So it is my great pleasure to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's session, Mr. Chinnayya, CEO and co-founder of Nimble Vision Private Limited, Bangalore. Mr. Chinnayya sir brings with him over 22 years of rich experience in the IT industry with expertise in IoT, AI, cloud computing, and embedded systems. For the past 5 years, he has been successfully leading Nimble Vision, an award-winning startup that focuses on energy, water, and agricultural solutions, and is now expanding its reach to the USA. Under his leadership, Nimble Vision has acquired over 300 customers across India and Indonesia, raised $125K in funding, and secured grants worth of $250K. He has also won more than 18 national, international awards, including Qualcomm India Design Challenge Award, ASME Isho Award, UN Water Change Maker Award, and the HDFC Parivartan Award, among many others. So today, sir will be delivering two engaging sessions. That is on session 7 from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Smart farming with artificial intelligence toward a sustainable agricultural ecosystem. And session 8 followed with that 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's on hands-on session on building intelligent crop advisory system using AI techniques along with his teammate Vishnu sir. So I welcome also Vishnu K sir for this session along with the Chinnayya sir. So we are honored to have such a dynamic innovator and entrepreneur with us in this evening. We welcome our principal sir, vice principal sir, deans, HODs, and faculties of the PD College of Engineering and all the participants of various institutions for this ATAL FDP. So, sir, we warmly welcome you and I request you to take over the session, sir. Thank you. Sir,
Okay,
Chinnayya, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thank you for introduction, ma'am. I am very honored to have this opportunity to present on this particular topic, which is my favorite because I personally come from agricultural background, and I have studied under our principal sir, SRP sir, and today I'm very happy that I'm working with him on multiple topics. And I think the agriculture, it is one of our both of our pet topic, and bringing the current latest technologies together to bring the efficient precision farming and efficient management of resources technology together. It is a great privilege for me because my journey started with PDA college itself, and today we are coming back to Kalburgi and entire North Karnataka with our technology offering and help of farmers, particularly in making India more prosperous country as well. And during this session, I would like to make this a more interactive session. Please feel free to ask questions as and when if you have any doubts or the clarifications are required. I believe majority of you already have some exposure It could be a technical, it could be a non-technical, or maybe even farming as well. So this session will be completely a culmination of the latest offerings what we have, and what we have, how we have integrated all these technologies together within our platform, and finally how these things can be practically developed as well. In a brief way, we'll explain so that it will give a practically how this AI and everything works together. Basically, AI, if you see what is AI, AI, it is a basically evolution of the lot of technologies over the period of time. If you see myself, it is nearly 2.5 decades in the right from my engineering college to the industry. The way the hardware or the technologies or the data communication interpretation has grown has very significantly. Way back in early 2000, when we started our journey, it was more of in a standalone systems. The way data acquisition happened, displayed everything. It is very primitive way of visualizing all the data. But last 2 decades, if you see the way the technology has evolved, particularly in the communication field, you name it now, thanks to this 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, or the many other communication technologies, has enabled multiple ways where we can bring additional data analysis and analytics together in a broader way. And that is how AI has come into picture. So in agriculture, where we stand today, and what are the ways where we can use AI to start our making our agriculture more efficient, cost effective, and more profitable for everyone else as well. So personally, I believe this journey starts with your seed selection itself. So always solving a problem is more important than finding a solution. That emphasis has to be taken care in every aspect of designing a solution. I believe if having a right seed is the most important work is required. So AI starts using or identifying the right seeds for your crop, whichever the crop is there. So identifying the right crop, maybe it's density, weight, or the look, and many other ways. The seed selection has to be proper, because I always hear from farmers, see, we sowed all these things, seeds, but crop failed. So that is the first step always. Using AI in the seed selection itself. Then the predictive climate events. So climate plays very important role in how the crop grows and harvest quantum. Everything is depended by the climate itself. So we need to have how we use the past history of the predictor climate in using our day-to-day agricultural. It based on the geography or the area, or it is a dry region or the wet, all this predictive, the historical of all the data and how the situation seasons will help us to grow this one. That is more important. This integration of the water, the each farmer and the regional wise climate information is very important. And this is where the AI also comes into picture. Otherwise, always if you see in India, all the agriculture, it is all isolated way the people doing it. So that may not be help, and farmers may not have a complete information what is the best way to do, or a precautionary measures what can be taken. So that information was not available. Now AI coming into picture, this becomes very handy. And optimize irrigation schedules. Currently, if you see how the irrigation happens in India, if you see in our side in Kalburgi or North Karnataka, we turn on the motors and we go home. That's it. That is the way all the farmers do. Sometimes it is under irrigation, over irrigation. That all may not be best practices, and we don't have an intelligence which crop, how much water is required. That best way, that is not being done. Just to blindly do from the what people have been doing in the past. That may not be the right way. So AI also can bring a lot of ways to here. Whenever, particularly in dry regions where the water being scarcity, using the right amount of water to get the best yield, always this AI can play a vital role, which can be a combination of soil moisture and rain, and also the groundwater on the crop needs as well. So those actually AI plays a vital role. And the next step is detect a crop stress or decision outbreaks. The earlier the detection of the any problem or the disease for the crop is the best way to best way to solve. We always say nip the problem in the bud itself. So earlier, any case, whether it is our own body or the crop, the things remain same always. So identify the anything is going wrong, and then the problem can be solved much better. So earlier stage, the crop issues or any outbreaks are there, How do we detect? One way this can be satellite based. One way is satellite based way to do it. May not be right way or not more accurate, but the drone based technologies and vision based technologies can play a vital role. And majority point is the cost is one of the major factor which plays Ashwini, and that plays vital role here. So using the vision computing and also the soil parameters together, AI can be used to early detection and solve the problem as well. And also over the period of time, whether it is a 4 months crop or the yearly crop, based on that, the real-time monitoring and also understanding over the period of time, historical data plays vital role. And finally, the post-harvesting part and management storage. Because in India, if you see majority of the times, the after storage, the problem is more because sometimes they may not sell in right time. So you have to store for long term, and all this providing the right environment so that can be stored, maintain the right pH, temperature, moisture, all is very important so that we can maintain for longer time. So this is how overall a big picture where AI is available, and I believe there is some people are trying it, but it is not fully potentially used till today. There are many constraints why we are not able to do it. That also I will explain in the next slides. So this is how the AI plays so many ways can be used. If any doubts or questions are there, we can discuss. Otherwise, I can move to next slide. So how do we apply AI here? One is the first thing is that data is very important. See, for AI decision making, how the decision making happens? It is only based on the data what we feed. The data, how much accurate is there and how efficient is there. That's all decides the prediction part here. If the data is not accurate or it is not a large number of data or very small amount of data, then actually the predictions or the advisory suggestions may not be accurate for anybody. So data plays very important role. So we need large number of data, massive data is required. Which crop, what are the stages, what kind of diseases are there? This all plays vital role here. So that is the reason I think many of our Indian government they are also providing open source, creating open source platforms where the data collection happens by each people. So it may not be possible from very few of us. This requires a large number of people contribution as well. That is very important for us. So data is the crux or the base of entire AI part. Without accurate or data, it may not be meaningful. And next part comes the data integration. So this integration is a very important part. How do we analyze this data? Like, so there's so many factors comes into picture. What kind of crop, field mapping, crop progress, all that data has to be organized very well for the better understanding or a better, easy, quick decision making as well. So raw data, labeling part, and organizing the data integration for easier, quick decision making is very important. And that is how the second step. And the algorithms, see, when the data becomes massive, how the data can be visualized and using AI algorithms and the pattern recognition, all that plays a very important role here. So one is the data and organizing the data and algorithms which are going to analyze that data as well. So it could be a livestock management or production chain, everything, including water, fertilizer, pesticide application, everything depends on all these factors. One is the data analysis, organizing the data, the way we want to quickly analyze it, and finally the algorithms which can quickly decide based on the input data. So how this works is first you get the data and you label it and train. Basically, it is like a training a kid. How do we teach a kid starting from alphabetics? So that is the same thing here as well. First, we have to train model, build a model. Then when your input comes, so the basically AI compares what it has. Then it tells this is what is happening at this moment. So that's all about AI part. What are the recent advances have been happening in agriculture? If you take one by one and also the procedures. So here, if you can see, one is a precision irrigation, utilizing IoT sensors, satellite imager, and AI optimization based on the real-time data. So only one kind of data may not be enough for the making the right decision. because sometimes the decision has to be taken based on the nearby region or the past over the period of data, then only we'll able to make the data. So that is the reason the ground sensors, it could be a pH, moisture, temperature, soil, NPK, all the data we have to take, and the previous history, satellite imagery, and AI together can bring a precision farming. The climate modeling and prediction. Neural networks analyze large climate data sets. As we tell, this data is not always a single point. This is all connected data sets. How do we analyze all these patterns? The pattern recognition is very important to build a very good AI model. Similarly, crop detection. Basically, here the computer vision plays very vital role. One is your drones widely used currently, or even mobile cameras can also be used. If drones are not available, then the mobile apps can do, and in real time, you can upload the data to the cloud, and the cloud do all the things. Because making a mobile-based AI will be a very may not be possible, because the way you have to store the data and everything. So currently, at least the 4G, 5G is available. The pictures can be taken in real time, and those can be uploaded to the cloud. And the cloud can do all the computation and provide the farmers right insights as well. Soil health plays similar way, and also the parameters based on the need, and the parameters can be chosen. As I told, pH, temperature, NPK, and moisture, many other parameters can be used as well. Autonomous farming equipment. So maybe as of now, I don't see any AI-powered autonomous things as of in India. Maybe in USA, we have seen things, particularly the tractors and weed removals, maybe in future as well. As of now, autonomous is more often an irrigation part only we have seen, which we also have developed. So where the crop need moisture level based, the irrigation can be done. Maybe in future, the robots will come for remove the weed, and also the other agricultural work also can come. I think we're also looking forward to build such systems over the period of time. And water management is very important, particularly in dry regions where the water scarcity is very high. So optimum usage of the groundwater in India, I think 93% of the groundwater is used for agriculture itself. I believe we waste a lot of water. Personally, in our agricultural field also, our people do the thing that has to be avoided as well. And crop yield prediction as well, very important. Sometimes if you see in particular region, we always everybody grows only one crop, then later they throw on the road. That crop yield prediction for a next quarter, yearly basis, what it comes. For example, each taluka level, district level, if you are able to predict this crop is going to come this much quintal per this particular taluka, then other farmers can avoid repeating that same mistake as well. And this is where an integrated platform is required for the crop yield prediction as well. And also sustainable pest control. This is another important factor. And climate crop breeding as well. This is actually a very controversial topic, the climate resilient or genetically modified crops using AI. This may not be a topic for the discussion now, but organic food always good, where there are no side effects for us. So as I explained, this is basically a very big picture of how AI we do here. One is the data collection, data collection, data preparation, and on top of that, building AI algorithms and specific things, model training. These steps will explain practically as well in the second session, and implementation the agriculture scenarios, and assessment of the impact, and finally, and all any questions so far?
Sir, I have a question, sir. I
Yeah.
have a doubt.
Yeah.
Like in Indian agriculture, sir, we see variety of crops, and each will have a different visual pattern of growing.
Yes.
And there is mixed farming, which may confuse the vision-based analytics.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you are very true, ma'am. Correct. Actually, that is the reason I was emphasizing on the data. So if you have that all the complex what you call pattern, basically, in my view, technically, if you take this is all about different patterns what we have. The same crop in one area, in particular region may be different, in other region different. It depends on that particular terrain and all that part. So we need to have that large data set only. Then only that accuracy can be achieved.
The thing is, sir, in the same field or in the same farm or plot, we grow multiple crops.
Yes, yes.
The growth may be variations when I have multiple crops on the same land. What challenges will computer vision have here, sir?
Yeah, but actually we always mix sometimes in other things like height based on the other thing, right? Where so that we want to optimize. Basically, that will be a practical challenge. Always for vision also there will be limitations, and because the kind of camera we use or photos we take, that also plays a vital role here. Let's say you have a two crops in a one particular field. One is a taller and second one is a shorter one, so taking aerial pictures will be challenge for us. In this case, for a computer vision, it will be a challenge to distinguish which is the shorter one and what is happening with this one.
And
So
maybe overlapping also we see, no, sir,
yes,
because
yes,
it's
ma'am.
so dense in the agriculture land.
Exactly.
Uh,
In this case,
any
ma'am, what we have to do,
Yes, sir.
ideally, what we have to have a hybrid model here. See, if there is only one crop and a aerial pictorial based on drone might solve the problem. But if you have a mixed crops, then actually using your mobile phone, a person can hold his hand below the taller crop, then take a pictures, and can we take those pictures directly? So we'll be isolating the problem here. One is a higher, taller crop. You take from the top itself, so that problem is solved. And one person can himself hold the mobile phone, and he can only scan the shorter one as well. So here, by solving the problem in two problems, splitting the problem in the two problem statements, and this will give us a better pictures so that we can analyze easily. And also for building a model, also this will be much easier because the two separate data sets here, not the mix here. So this way, if you can reduce the complexity of your problem itself, then the building the model also becomes easier for us.
But when it comes, can I have another question to you, sir?
Yeah, yeah, please, please.
Yeah, you told about having drones for this, sir.
Yeah.
But carrying those high resolution cameras or multispectral sensors, the battery drains very faster in drones. That is another challenge when it comes to energy conservation, because the flight time of the drones and the battery life or payload in that is very limited to 20 minutes, 40 minutes, or 50 minutes
Yeah.
based on the battery size. And we do not have. That every time a corridor where this drone flies, agriculture corridor or something, we do not have those things.
Yes, truly agree, ma'am. Actually, currently, that is one of the limitations what we see with our agricultural drones in India. Maybe 5 to 20 minutes is a flight time now. So
Yes.
actually, there is an alternative way. We're also working on this, where the flight time can be up to 1 hour. Let's say 8 acres, you can do within 10 to 15 minutes. There is an alternative if you can do like some refueling kind of things, where we're also working. If you can supply the fuel a little bit that particular shorter area, then the drones can fly for at least 1 hour. That is one way to solve this problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Uh,
sir.
Yeah, actually, it will take some more time, ma'am, because the energy side, lot of limitations for us. There's battery limitations are there.
Yes.
But one way is to how do you make a fuel efficient drones, and secondly, also higher resolution cameras which can take a complete like a HD image. Let's say I can take
Yeah.
entire one acre, one single shot image, a very high precision. So can we analyze it each pixel level? So
Yes.
that is another way where we can do a lot of things. So I believe these are the combination of multiple hybrid things we have to evolve over the period of time that will make overall the way we want to measure or visualize the data. It will help us. It will take some more time for all the people. I believe in India currently this journey recently started. It will take some more time for us to build our own indigenous this better drones as well.
Do we have any platform where we can integrate this thermal cameras along with multispectral sensor data that we acquired? Anything like that can we do, sir?
Yes, we have seen couple of companies trying both thermal imaging as well as multispectral cameras as well. But this is currently in India commercially the pricing is very high for us. What we
Okay.
said, and
Okay.
that is where in India the hardware parts are quite expensive for us. So we don't see commercially viable or affordable solutions at this moment.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now just I would like to highlight where are the limitations with the current technologies, as we earlier also, as I discussed with Madam also. This ML, basically the strength is accurate production, but the weakness is heavily depends on the data quality. And because this journey should have been started long back, but unfortunately we don't have too much data sets to train this model. And also in India, if you see the such a diverse country from the terrain point of view, crops you take every 100 kilometers, there is a different crop, and all this brings versatile challenges for us as a country for us. Unlike other countries where it is very generic way, the terrain point of view, I think India itself is a big challenge for us. And deep learning, all image classification, everything. And again, labeling is the biggest one of the ask, where we have to label each and everything. Basically it is nothing different like a teaching a small kid. So that is the way it is all about labeling part, time consuming part. And also NLP, India has so many diverse multilinguals, and dialect also are very, very different. Training, building accurate model is all will be very challenge. And also computer vision, it depends on the, again, lightning and the camera pixels resolution, so many things will. And IoT part good, but unfortunately, the connectivity and reoccurring charges all play a very role for us. And we have a large lands, so making entire land IoT enabled will be always will be challenge. So I will talk about more about this later, what we have built, and also predictive analytics as well. So again, its weakness is noise and other seasonal anomalies as well. And autonomous decision making, still long way to go us. We also what we need is, currently it could be a hybrid model where the technology can take decision to a certain extent, but the final decisions maybe little human intervention is required. So maybe over the period of time this can be made once data everything is more accurate, 100% completely automated as well. Blockchain is there, but unfortunately, this is a white elephant from the both cost and maintenance point of view. Huge much to maintain this one. Edge computing directly proportional to your cost. The more the hardware, more the price you have to pay. And this is where I personally recommend it is a cloud-based AI computing is the best way to scale. Because edge computing, it means again you have to maintain every edge or IoT devices as well. That is overhead for us. So scaling, maintenance, upgradation, everything is possible only if it is a cloud-based. And also the cost to keep it running also will be much smaller. And more the hardware, more the maintenance. So that is why we have to keep it simple. And also big data analytics, high complexity and integrating and all this data. We need more technically sound engineering teams as well. Currently, the where I see a challenge is that understanding the problem clearly is the biggest challenge for the current generation engineers. They are not able to model the problems properly, model the problems in a very proper way. If you can visualize your problem best way, then your also solution becomes very simple. I think that is where we have to train our current generation from all the engineering colleges. So that is what my suggestion to all the faculty people. You please train your engineers in such a way that they start visualizing the problem better. Then automatically your solution becomes simple. And finally, and this is an architecture. Maybe if you remember this, I remember when I saw this architecture during my fourth semester, I remember there is a network layer we had, physical layer, data layer, network layer, transport, session, and presentation. Exactly, it is also is the replica here. The AI architecture is nothing but this is a 4-layer architecture here. If you see, so from the bottom side, basically a lot of hardware part, including sensors, smart trackers, drones, environment monitoring, and also the bots. The basically the data, the all the data what we have is analog data from the nature, so which not very different. This data has to be converted into digital data, and that data again we have to take into a network layer where all this communication part plays here. If you see, we have very large number of communication protocols are the features currently available for us. It could be RFID, Wi-Fi, LoRa, Sigfox, NB-IoT. Many are there now. 5G also is coming. I believe 5G, if it's available in rural area, it is going to revolutionize the way the entire village infrastructure or the farming has been done. Unfortunately, the 5G is very expensive now to set it up at each village level. Indian government is trying, the Department of Telecom is also trying a lot of things, but unfortunately, this entire first infrastructure bit very expensive to maintain it. So it will become cost effective over the period of time. So the best way for any rural, it will be currently, it will be a combination of LoRa and as well as 4G and 4G at this moment. And similarly, we also have a bit a similar platform, which is a combination of LoRa and 4G, which reduces all the challenges of poor network issues and also the reoccurring charges as well. Because as a trainer in Jal Jeevan Mission, what I understood is people are not willing to pay every month, even 500 rupees. So that challenge is there in India because they are also not able to make a lot of money from agriculture. So they're not willing to spend as well. So after the communication, it comes the middleware layer where you all integrate different this modems, everything is there, aggregation data. Then all the data is stored in the DB. For example, in large number of, you have a large number of data sets, the way you have to show indexing, caching, there's a lot of mechanism where you store the data and analyze the data. Then comes the AI-enabled processing layer as well. So basically, there is a lot of ways, like as I told, neural network, data classification, analysis, there's a lot of processing happens so that data understanding for the AI algorithms itself becomes easier. Then finally comes the application layer where the way we visualize the data to the everyone. It could be a farmer, it could be the agriculture university professors or the government or the anybody else. What kind of data, what are the needs are there? Accordingly, the data can be customized. Maybe for farmer, his individual agricultural land, what is going on, what are the best practices for his crop, what is the stage his crop is there, what are the diseases are there. Those are important in his own language. Maybe Kannada, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, multilingual support is also required. So similarly, those can be done. For the government, what they need is what kind of crops are grown each taluka level, what is the yield, what are the pesticides used, what are the seeds used, which company has made. So these are all the data are very important for government to so that they can share that data to the other taluka, other states as well. So here currently, instead of an individual solutions, we need a complete integrated platform where we can onboard entire taluka, district, and state as well, where all the best practices can be understood, shared mutually as well, where one person benefiting from his best things can be also passed on to others as well. And this should be a teamwork as we do in IT companies like CMM level, ISO. These are the practices which we document and share it. And I believe in agriculture also that must be made so that then only the farmers can also get benefited, because here once the time is lost, then the entire loss for everybody as well. Any questions on this particular architecture? Because this entire AI, everything, it is not just a AI. AI is need to be supported with a large number of data only. That data comes from you from all the sensors from the ground level, or it could be a satellite communication, or somebody's already stored in a different database. So that if somebody has already have that data, then in third layer, where AI enabled middleware layer, where that other third-party data can be integrated in the middleware layer itself. So that is a layer where you can bring multiple data sets together. This network layer and physical layer, that particular point of agriculture will bring, and other data sets from any agricultural university or the government data can be integrated at the middleware layer itself. Then the combined data, which brings a more meaningful data, will be happening in the processing layer itself. Then finally, the data visualization based on the geography, the pin code, all that can be done. So understanding this architecture is very important, whether you want to train your engineering students or you want to build something for yourself. So this architecture plays a very vital role. I think this is going to be expanded over the period of time with the different sensors, different protocols, and data storage, data visualization, data computing as well. Any questions on this particular slide? Okay, if there are no questions, I'll move on to the next slide. So what are the challenges? See, every approach, everything has a challenges. Nothing comes very easily. The biggest challenge we have is the data privacy and security. How do we save this particular data? And what way you said, because always if you see, even there are breach happened for even the very sensitive data as well. So this data privacy and security is very important for all of us. And accessibility and affordability. This is the biggest constraint for the countries like India, which are developing countries or the underdeveloped countries, where the hardware intensive things are always very expensive for us to make it viable for the thing. That is the reason what we are looking at is a cooperative model actually. The farmers need not have to own everything, the hardware part or technology part. It can be given to the Gram Panchayat level, then Gram Panchayat can lease the technologies or the hardware part. So they can pay only for hourly basis. And that is a way where we can make the technology affordable to all the farmers across India. And as I told, data quality is the next biggest challenge what we have. So we need a lot of effort in collecting the data itself. So that is the biggest challenge for us. And finally, how do we integrate this data? That is a second challenge as well. So this also has to be indigenous way because the kind of farming we do and everything, this is all always country specific only. So we have to do this and no one else can do for us. So I believe this academia like you people and agriculture universities and industries like us can collectively build a very quality data as well. And interoperability, that is another challenge we have because as Madam was talking, there's a terrain and everything brings biggest complexity for us. And how do we, one data set model can be deployed for other regions and everything that will also define. And the opportunities point of view, there is huge opportunities. I believe personally, I think our government also believes in that agricultural byproducts are going to play a big role in Indian economy itself. Because end of the day, our needs is a food, water, and air. I think the AI is always brings how do we make our farming more efficient and grow more yield, and even a best quality food as well with our own practices. I personally believe that Indian older way of farming were much better than the current Western farming methodologies, where this chemical ways which are not going to make our lands no more fertilized. I think after some time this will become nothing you can grow. The organic farming, our own best practices, and how do we bring the technologies to make this organic farming or sustainable farming more efficient, more affordable, and even the farmer should not feel that okay my yield is less. And this is where the AI can play a very role, and this is also long term solution only. This I think all this urea, all this fertilizer currently we are using that not be viable for long term, or not be good for us. After certain time definitely I think all our yield will come down. I think a chemical has certain extent can play a role. After certain time I think it can't help us. I think Indian practices must be technically mechanized. I think that is a need is there. I think AI, IoT, sensors, and a drone satellite can play a very big role in this way. So it's a collective effort from all of us, whether academia, industry, and government. And there are a lot of initiatives have happening from all of us together. So we can build this one. So actually, as I told, this is coming to our journey, how we have integrated all these things together. So just I will take this time to explain, because technology is one part, but how do we put all this technology together to make a complete meaningful solution is the biggest challenge. In India, the challenge what we are currently facing is that we always celebrate technology, not on the impact side. That is the biggest constraint in India. If you name it, actually, every technology, we celebrate the tech, not the impact. A simple technology which can scalable and affordable is a need of the hour. And since I come from rural background, and I always believe technology can be meaningful only if it's affordable as well. And I had a very good opportunity talking about Prime Minister Modi ji in 2022, where we showcased our technology. And that time he suggested, that time we had only urban platform. And he suggested, why don't you take these solutions to rural India as well? And he gave a couple of use cases as well. And even as a trainer, I was visiting a lot of areas right from Kanyakumari to Leh Ladakh. I saw these challenges for rural India. So that is how the trigger started. How do we build a platform for rural India? And that is how our journey started for rural India started. So when we analyzed, as I was also one of the trainer in Bosch incubation as well. So what we saw for solutions for rural India is that one solution for one problem statement is not a financially viable. So that is how none of the startups or any company have a solutions for villages as well, or none of them have been succeeded as well. So what we felt, there is a collective need of the entire village enabling. If you bring entire village needs together on a single platform, including Gram Panchayat, then this is the way to solve the problem. That is how we have a platform now, which brings precision irrigation, private automation, and as well as government projects as well. And we enable Gram Panchayats here. So that is a way to solve the problem where you can afford yourself the financially, technologically, and maintenance becomes easier as well. So here, this is a visualization of what our intelligent village is about. This brings complete intelligent village without internet. We don't need an individual internet for any automation or the analytics we want to take. In 2 kilometer radius, you name it, you can bring every parameter on our platform without individual internet. So that is how we solved both connectivity as well as the reoccurring charges as well. So first part is, this is how the village water distribution, or what you think that, like typically a Jal Jeevan mission, your borewells, OHTs, distribution, all this can be also automated. This all works without internet. And intelligent, this all we bring. This is a better security, simple, efficient. This all things what we have is what I first have taken the session. Those things are very integration has been done in a very smart way. So these are all very low power, low cost, and high durability solutions as well. So technically, this is nothing but what we studied way back in 2000 or early 2000. So we have leveraged the same concept here. This basically, it is a 4G, 5G LoRaWAN mesh, where the nodes can talk to each other and also communicate with just 2 SIMs. Entire village can be made smart. With that is the reason we don't need an individual internet at each need wise. So this is the way we felt the rural India can be made smart. We're very happy. We're already doing a pilot, and we have got a very good opportunity to 2 big people now. Maybe in another 10 villages soon we'll be deploying near Ballari. We got a company funding us to deploy this solution and show the visualization as well. So communication, how this is, as I explained, a technology point of view, the scale and energy cost, the LoRa, I think this is where the best way build this one. And others are okay, but not very financially viable. And also the technology also a bit complicated. You name NB-IoT, NB-IoT till India, nobody is offering still today. Only LoRa can be used because this is a free spectrum we can use to deploy our solutions as well. You don't have to pay any royalty to the government as well. And this is how the architecture overall, what we say, as I told, at the middleware layer where the integration happens, these are the data you collect from the left side, various sensors, actuators, and everything. Then base stations, which collect the data, like say our own local gateway, which collects all the data. And through 4G, it pushes data to our backend, where the servers do all the data storage, the AI part, storage, analytics, and finally the web and API interface happens. And actually, in hardware designing, the most important part is how smart way we can enable the hardware. That is very important here. If you stop putting a lot of effort in building a hardware registration part, deploying partner, that will hold you to scale. So the way one part is building a technology, and the second part is make it easier to scale. I think that is the biggest challenge what all other Indian companies always face. We don't know how to scale. Building a one use case and showcasing that tech is fair enough. But how do you build? See, I have 10 lakh farmers and they each need is 10 sensors or 10 units. Then how do I manufacture? How do I link those IoT units to each farmer, each taluka level, GIS data integration? All that part has to be completely automated. Not only building a tech, including the manufacturing part, shipping to the customer, in linking all the data, whether your personal data like Aadhaar is there, GIS data is there, how do you integrate all that? That all has to be completely automated. If you see the companies today, whether it is a phone manufacturing or the car manufacturing, they are completely, it is an assembly based where the robots play very role. Similar technology also has to be used in selling as well. Then only we can reach more number of people. So if you take a technology building, I give a weightage as a percentage of 50%. And building a scalable platform, that is another 25%, and setting up your manufacturing and your supporting team. That is second part. Supporting people at a ground level always is very important. As a hardware engineer, right, thing I always felt people always need little bit handholding. If you deploy and forget it, people will not use it. So handholding people, what they need day-to-day basis, very important. And that is the second challenge, particularly for hardware-based solutions as well. So security, as I told, there's a multiple ways in LoRa, 5G, 4G, and everything. There's a network key, session key, app key. There many things are there which can be leveraged so that nobody can hack your data and misuse as well. And we are working on multiple platforms, our patents here as well. And this is a way the sensors, basically housing and deployment, various parameters can be deployed at the ground level as well. It could be a motor automation, it could be the sensor parameter, soil parameters as well. All the we have different ways. And secondly, the another part which is very important, that how do we use the sensors? Because you use more number of samples, your cost goes similarly up. So it is very important that how do we optimize all the kinds of sensor deployment as well. Do I need to use hundreds of thousands of sensors for a single farmer to bring analytics? No, actually, this is where another thing has to be taken, the minimum number of sensors and also the using that data and historical data and optimizing the number of hardware and sensors. That has to be done. Then only it is possible to farmers can afford our solution as well. And this is our hardware details, what we have developed LoRa based. So this hardware basically has the three variants. One is the battery powered, second one is AC powered, and third one is a solar powered. So based on the need and application, we have integrated multiple interfaces here. It could be analog, digital, you name it, all the kinds of interfaces have been done. So they bring analytics to the cloud, and the cloud hardware is kept very simple. There is no any intelligence at the hardware level. It is mere data aggregator. That's it. And we all do all the intelligence level at the cloud, and our AI takes care part. And even the data, when it is pushed to the cloud, it doesn't know whose farmer data, which region. And we only associate the personal information and the geographical information only at the cloud level. So this is the way we have to have a distributed intelligent system where the building the system, shipping becomes easier, and later part, you have to just enable the people with their own data. And that is a way to build any platform, not only in agriculture. I think this is applicable kind of all the kind of hardware systems as well. So impact point of view, if you say what we achieve for making the villages smart, we are optimizing entire Jal Jeevan mission, energy reading and everything by 30%, including carbon footprint. We are also we are bringing rural gram panchayat schemes as well, like crop insurance, everything can be done more effectively, and livestock management, and also the other, we can also offer this connectivity for any other use cases other than water and agriculture as well, for other startups as well. That is how this IoT units have been designed. So this can be used for multiple applications as well. So finally, coming to this, so multiple awards we have been received for our work and impact from government, and both Indian government and also USA awards and IIT Palakkad and many other awards as well. So that's all from my side. Any questions are there? Feel free to ask. Need not to be related to this field. Anything related to IoT, AI, cloud, hardware design, problem statement, or any generic question also, please feel to ask. We can use the next 10-20 minutes for this.
Yeah, really very informative session, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Particularly, will be more happy to answer if somebody has questions on this architecture, because I would like to see the all you as a faculty. Kindly, my request is that I will share this presentation also to Madam. Teach students what exactly this architecture is all about and how they can play. All the streams of your entire college can play a vital role here. If you take, there is a rule for mechanical, there is a rule for ENC students, there is an opportunity for CS students, including civil or name it actually. None of them, all of them can be included here. It need not to be only CS or ENC students can work or contribute to this. This should be a collective effort, because always the deployment comes with both civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, and computer programming. Now, all the products are combination of all these technologies together. If you see myself, I am a plumber, I'm an electrical engineer now, an electronics engineer, developer, marketing guy, everything all the roles we are playing as a startup founder. I would like to request all of you to groom your students also with all these technologies as well, with the right products, solution, use cases. If you need any hardware support, we are happy to support our existing platform itself, where students can already learn. And I think we already are talking to my engineering college, PDA. Similarly, there is one more engineering college called BVIRT from Hyderabad. We are already engaged in a bigger way. All that we are helping, way they need sessions and grooming students. My intention is that we should forget looking for jobs and build solutions for India. That is the next thing. India needs entrepreneurs. We don't need people who just looking for jobs. If 5 to 10% of the students can start their own companies, particularly in hardware tech, I think India will definitely prosper very fast. There are a support system. I am very happy to tell that. See, I come from very mid class background. With me and my wife, both are full time here. We bootstrapped still. Now only we are raising money. We are supported by Indian government, Karnataka government, and multiple private people without any additional incubation support or anything. Because there is a recognition from the society for the right work, right impact, and appreciation is there. So everybody should work hard and fulfill your dreams. I always believe entrepreneurship is nothing but a meaningful indulgence. So everybody should celebrate entrepreneurship. Every kid, if can generate 4 or 5 jobs, then India, we don't have to struggle for jobs at all. And we don't have to depend other countries also for every tech what we need. Today, if you see in the defense or currently our prime minister is struggling for make all these techs. My first job was with the DRDO. Actually, I worked on Kaveri and Kabini engine, where unfortunately till today we don't have our own engine itself. We are still dependent on the GE engine. So there is a huge opportunity for everybody to contribute at each scale level. So need students who really understand the hardware tech. Software jobs will be very limited going ahead, but I personally believe hardware-based software development or AI development is the next big thing for everybody. So we should groom our next generation only based on that technologies only. So the entire euphoria around just AI, it is not going to be never not much longer lasting. Hardware understanding is very important, whatever may be the level. Today, if you name NVIDIA, Qualcomm, two American companies are just see they have built 20 odd years hard work and they are now completely dominate the whole world. The NVIDIA valuation is more than entire India's GDP itself. So that is a opportunity building a hardware tech, whereas our Indian companies were struggling for next quarter earnings as well. So hardware-based tech, building a tech for indigenous tech is very important going ahead. And this emphasis should go from entire level, from management to faculty, faculty to students. And students also should start emphasizing more basic foundations. Don't emphasize too much on this what you call Python programming. I always see students say that I know AI data analyst. Just some bunch of Python commands will not help us much in building our career, because important is the data, the hardware part, and those. Then only I think we can build the technologies for every use case we have, and we can stop importing all the tech from either China or the European or anything. If you take in the water field itself, we are dependent so much on this China itself. Every in water treatment, water purification, quality monitoring, there is nothing in India as of now. The same thing for every other use case as well, including EV. You take, we have so much dependence on everything. So we need to have the complete, the whole change in the way we teach our students. The big perspective, different way to our academia is required for that. I think, please, my only humble request to all of you is emphasize on the hardware side. Simpler way. I see current when we hire freshers, the basics are not very good. Even I have interviewed from IITs as well. The basic foundations are not very good. How hardware works with the software, writing very good software, all this is a very big challenge. And this is where the real opportunity will be there. And we can work from our own native place itself, and everybody don't have to come to Bangalore and work here. I think that opportunity is there. So I'm very happy in any way if any one of you are interested to take our support or work together. They can feel contact madam, and we can connect to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, participants? Sir, there is a question in the chat box, sir.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm looking at now. First question, attendance link. Okay. Can you tell us about crop rotation and permaculture? Is it a good practice? Of course. See, crop rotation is very must, is very important because see, my grandfather, I used to ask this, why we have to have a crop rotation? Because each crop needs are very different. And if you completely use only one kind of crop, then the same, what you call nutrients, everything will be used. So it is very important. We should rotate all the crops. That's very important for us. For the better nutritions, everything is required. All that. I'm not sure what is the word permaculture is about. I will give one example. If you see in our area recently, there is some irrigation. We are growing too much sugarcane. Everybody, they say there is no much effort. Let's grow sugarcane. So that, and over the period of that yield also came down. That is one of the examples where rotating the crops is very essential.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
How does edge computing help us, sir? Will it help anywhere? Because we have sensor deployment challenges, is what I feel when it comes to agriculture.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, edge computing is always a challenge, ma'am. Because first thing is the edge computing always. Yeah, if you take what is exactly edge computing is that is all about local processing. The data you gather, then process it, and you take a decision also locally. That is called edge computing here. So any edge computing, if you want to do, that is always extra hardware for us and also costly as well. So that is the reason I don't recommend personally edge computing for this large scale deployment like agriculture. And minimum hardware, minimum data sensors, you take it, then push the data to the cloud, then analyze it. That is a way to build a scalable model as well.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Please feel free to ask questions. I will be very happy to answer any more questions are there. Okay. Madam, no more questions. We'll take some break, then we'll come back for next session, or how, ma'am?
Sir, if sir is ready, Vishnu sir is there, then we can.
Wait,
Sir,
that also possible. Yeah.
sir, may I in, sir?
Please tell me.
Some questions are there
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
in
So
chat box.
actually,
So please ask your question.
how can we use AI for vertical farming?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, very good question. Vertical farming is very interesting approach wherever you have a land constraint, particularly if you take Israel as a pioneer in this sector, actually. So actually, this problem statement can be used by moving cameras. For example, if you have put, if you take this example is like on your other grocery shops. How do you maintain grocery inventory or precision? Both same. A vertically moving cameras is the best way to do farming here. One is sensors also, and the second one is the vertically moving cameras can be utilized here. Because vertical farming usually is indoor based. We never seen vertical farming any outside. So this will be a closed environment only. So far, I have seen vertical farming. So then it is much easier to deploy sensors, cameras indoor, where it is a movement of the cameras also possible.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, in chat box there is a question, sir.
Sir, we help people with water harvesting because we have partners. The plumbing, we have a team. They will help you too, and we'll provide the guidance. And we predominantly work on the automation part, bringing the indigenous way. We have built a platform. Basically, in one sentence, if I have to tell, we provide water consumption without water meter. We make this water tanks, underground tanks smart, pumping smart. So that way we are helping, and we have also partners. We always provide this water harvesting solutions actually as well. we can connect with you this. But we are not into that plumbing part or doing that part. Actually, is any support is required, ma'am. Collaboration is, let's say you need a technological support on the hardware side, software side, or you have a problem statement, you think we can help you with this. So that we are happy to provide, because very let's say it need not be only water and agriculture as a thing. If you have any other problem statement, it could be automotive domain or consumer electronics or anything else can be done. Yeah, of course. See, drip irrigation automation we work on. So basically, our strength is more on how do we make existing infrastructure smart? What existing currently it is there, we make it smart. Whether it is a drip irrigation or your motor pump or irrigation bore wells. We also make this irrigation bore wells smart, where this three-phase, all these faults we detect. We never allow motor get burnt, and also we provide what is the yield of your bore well, at what depth water is available from the bore well every time motor turns on. Without sensors, we bring all these analytics. So that is the way we are helping. Sir, major challenges for adopting vertical farming is this technology is still evolving, so as far as my knowledge goes. So still need the mass production part. Vertical farming is still need to be explored. So far, what I've seen is only vegetables and groceries. This particular has been used. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Actually, sir, I am also like one of your students. Come from very normal tier 2 engineering college, PDA. So it is all about putting all our understanding and current latest technology together. So it is all about integration. As I always emphasize the word integration. So current generation must think integration part, as we know there is not much role like I mean want to be a developer or tester or anything. So we all have to know everything now. That is, integration is a need. Who wants that data in agree, sir? So actually this data, it depends based on each company. In our case, this data is with our own server and we don't share this to anyone else. This each individual data is linked to his personal email ID and phone number. So, and we don't give that personal data to anyone. Otherwise, large data is only anonymous data only. Let's say each village data, we can share it to government. It will not be like individual personal data will not be sharing to the government as well. It will be collected data. It means it will be anonymous data itself. That's all. Okay, madam. If there are no more questions, I think I'm introducing Vishnu. He is our engineer.
Yes,
So
sir.
he will just showcase how do we build this AI models, how do we data part, and how this data decision making in a smaller steps we'll showcase. If
Okay, sir.
required, this PPT is also he can share it
Yes, sir.
later.
Afterwards, you share it to me, sir, so that I can share it to the participants later, sir.
Okay. Thank you all for your time and this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you be there. We
Yeah, ma'am.
will call this Vishnu, sir. I
Yeah,
think sir is there.
he's there.
Okay.
Vishnu, you
Welcome,
have
sir.
to.
Okay. Good evening, all. Sir, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good evening, all. First of all, I would like to thank Chinnayya sir for giving me a chance to take this session. So now I am starting the session of image classification. I will share my screen. Sir, is it clear?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so I am taking the session of image classification. So when we are going to image classification, first of all, we need to know about computer vision. What is computer vision? We need to know. Actually, computer vision is an AI task. Actually, the computer vision is teaching the computer to know the objects, to know the images, everything. I will say like an example. In our childhood, our parents will teach us what this object is, what that object is. That's why in our now ages also we are knowing about. If we see a mobile phone, we are able to know that that is a mobile phone, that is an elephant, that is a dog. That is because in our childhood, our parents teaches us. In nowadays also parents are teaching their students. Like this, computer vision is a task to teach computer how what that object is, what that thing is, everything. So computer vision, there are different type of tasks: image classification, object detection, image segmentation, face recognition, etc. So first of all, we need to know about image classification. So for an image classification, if we give an image to the computer will say what all the things are that inside in that image. If we see the rice photo, rice or any crops photo, the computer will say what is inside that photo. And like object detection, also like that. In object detection, the entire photo, each objects will be identified and say what all the objects are that. And like face recognition, we are now using smartphones. So when we open the phone, the phone is unlocking by looking our face. That is the one task of image class. That is one task of computer vision. That is face recognition. Now, like this task, image classification also plays a good role nowadays. Okay, so it is an application of AI. Image classification is an application of AI. I will show you. What is image classification? It is an image classification is a computer vision task where a model learns to assign a label to an entire image. If we see a photo to a computer of the soil, it will label as red soil or black soil, everything. And then how it works? The model is trained on a data set of labeled images, learns patterns, colors, textures, shapes, and then predicts the correct class for new unseen images. Like this, I will say, in image classification, how it actually works means we will input an image and pre-process that image and prepare that image and feature extraction like detect shapes, colors, fixtures, like that. And we train to that a model, and we will get an output. Like image classification will give more application nowadays, like in agriculture section, healthcare section, and in smartphone security section in everywhere. And the methods used for image classification is traditional machine learning. If we are saying about machine learning, there are different type of algorithms. YOLO algorithms, convolutional neural networks, CNN algorithms, like that. This all plays major role nowadays. Okay, in real life examples, Elon Musk provided Tesla to us. In Tesla, that is an automatic driving car. It will run automatically. How it will run automatically? In there also image classification, object detection, and like that, everything is inside that. When the car is going in the road, they are using the detection of line detection. In road, different lines are there. In US or in any other countries, 60-kilometer speed lines, 80-kilometer speed lines, 120-kilometer speed lines, everything is there. So the Tesla car is actually identifying which path the car is going, and also identifying the signals, objects, and everything. If a man suddenly crosses, the Tesla car will automatically stop, because the Tesla in front of the camera, in the Tesla car identify there is an object, there is a man in front of that, so it automatically stops. And if the Tesla car sees a red signal, it will automatically stops. How it able? Because these computer vision image classification techniques. Okay. So first of all, when we are entering to the image classification, we need to prepare data set. In already Chinnayya sir said, for AI, artificial intelligence, there are a lot of data set we need to prepare, because these data sets are teaching the computer what the object really is. So in I do two projects in artificial intelligence using image classification. So one of the project is this, based on the soil types. So this project is done by using the data set. Already predefined dataset I have used. We can use predefined datasets and custom datasets. Custom, if we are preparing custom datasets, we need to took 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 above photos and train the computer. But we are taking the custom dataset that will be available in Kaggle, RoboFlow, like that sites. We don't need to take photo. Already one of the person outside, they will take all the photos and already trained. So I just took from Kaggle, and we need to label the dataset. Label the dataset. I took the soil dataset from the Kaggle. You see already downloaded dataset from Kaggle. Then I just classified into different photos. Then black soil, they have black soil photos only. Alluvial photos only. Clay soil photos only. Red soil photos only. Then I need to run a Python code. For running the Python code, I just use Visual Studio Code and create a new Python file here for training the dataset. I am using YOLO. YOLO means you only look once algorithm. Nowadays YOLO, I think YOLO version 13 is available. I just used the YOLO version 8 only because it's enough for training this dataset. Okay, so then I need to select a Python interpreter for that. I used Python 3.9 for the as a Python interpreter for training the soil dataset, and I installed the library Ultralytics. So we need to know what is Ultralytics. Ultralytics is a framework of YOLO V8. What is YOLO V8? YOLO V8 is a tool of algorithm of machine learning. YOLO means algorithm, V8 means version 8. Okay, so I installed pip install Ultralytics, and I trained a model using this code, and I tested the models using this code, and I also developed a web page for getting the proper output. I used just Python Flask web framework and backend like a Flask YOLO V8 and frontend for HTML CSS, and I run the code. When I run the code, I get the output. When I run the code, the camera suddenly opens and capture the image. When I show a image to this system, it will identify it. Here you can see the predicted soil and the recommended crops. I usually used to train the photos with soil photos, and I also uh, predict the which crop is suitable for that soil. If it's showing the black soil, the recommended crops are suitable: cotton, soybean, citrus fruits, linseed, sunflower, sorghum, etc. Okay, like this also we can train. Uh, Now just I used in VS Code itself. I just trained like that. We can use the Google Colab also. I used Google Colab also for training. I will show you. Dataset preparation I also download from Kaggle. This is a rice detection, rice leaf disease detection project. In here, in this project, we able to know which diseases occur for rice. For farmers, it's very useful project, because farmers actually didn't. Some farmers didn't know what happened to their rice, like what happened to the how it loses everything. So in this project, we can able to know which disease is affecting for rice. So for that preparation, I download the dataset from the Kaggle, and uh, I paste that dataset into a Google Drive and save it in Google Drive, and I open the Google Colab. We can train the dataset using our PC itself and also Google Colab. So why it's used now? Because if we are training the dataset in our PC, uh, we need lot of time, and also we need a lot of RAM, like that. Our PCs is not supporting GPU. Some PCs are not supporting GPU, and only CPU itself. So we are training some dataset in CPU, it will get more time to train, and sometimes it will get error also. So that's why we are using Google Colab. For we have free open source is Google Colab. I think 12 GB of RAM is providing in Google Colab. So we can train the dataset in the Google Colab itself. So I just open the Google Colab, and here we need to edit to runtime. For runtime, it will be in CPU. Just change to T for GPU, and just save itself. And after that, step by step, we need to train. For first of all, I just collab the Google Colab with the Google Drive. Then after that, I unzip the file. By downloading the dataset from Kaggle or RoboFlow, we get a zip file. That zip file we directly need to paste to Google Drive, and we need to unzip the file using Google Colab. That unzip file code is this. You can see import zip file, import OS, zip path. I already mentioned the path, and the extract path also I mentioned. And after that, in under you can see pip install Ultralytics, and I need to train this using YOLO V8. In Google Colab also I used to YOLO V8 version for training. Here you can see from Ultralytics import YOLO and model.train. Here you know that data is equal to where this training need to done. In the rice disease, there are different type of folders. In that folders, already different rice photos will be there that need to give to the data. And purchase means 20. I given 20. That means if we are if we have 1,000 photos, purchase when we give one, the 1,000 photos will be seen the computer by one time only. That can't be possible. If the computer see only one time photo, the computer need to learn only less. So when we give purchase 20 to 30 for the low data set, we need to give purchase 20 to 30. So the computer will see that photo 20 times. If 1,000 photos are there, the 1,000 photos will be seen by computer 20 times. At that time, we can get proper accuracy. We can get proper accuracy for our object detection, image classification. Okay. Then the image size will be 224 into 224, and the batch is equal to 16. 16 batches it will be provided. And after after the training occurs, we can directly download that model into our Google Drive. That is showing outside. Okay. Then after that web deployment, we can directly run the VS Code itself, and rice disease detection also I can display their web page. Here I put a leaf disease photo, and that detected blast. The rice leaf disease is blast. If a farmer is seeing this disease, sometimes he don't able to know. So when he is giving this artificial intelligence, this machine learning tool, and showing to the rice leaf photo, it will identify and say to the farmer the detected disease is blast, and the farmer can take care of that crops more. So like this, we are training the data set using artificial intelligence. Okay. So here I will try to run a code. Don't know it will be able because already system camera is on. Let me try. Sir, my web page is seeing. Actually, already the system camera is on, so I can't run the code. Okay, that's all about my session. I think you have understood a little bit of machine learning or this image classification. If there are any doubts from your side, I am happy to answer.
Yeah, that's all from our side today. Both the theory and practical sessions.
Ma'am, is there any questions? I am happy to answer. You can text in the chat also. Sorry, if I download a particular dataset, how can we train the dataset using our laptop? Okay, Ankit sir, actually, if you are downloading the dataset using Kaggle or RoboFlow, you will get a zip file. That zip file you need to paste in there itself, and in the VS Code, I will share the document to the madam. In that code, you can directly place the path of your dataset, and the train by step you can train itself. And after that, you can run the code in the web page or anywhere, and you will get a proper output by your dataset. Is there any other questions from anyone? Because it's a very useful to us artificial intelligence. It will play a major role nowadays. Any specific filters we can use for filtering the Kaggle dataset? No, madam. Actually, we don't need to filter any specific filters. No needed. If we open the Kaggle website itself, for the what purpose dataset we need to give. First of all, we need to know if we are giving plant leaf disease detection. For which plant we need to know. First of all, rice. If rice leaf disease detection we need to search in Kaggle dataset that rice leaf disease. And if we need one coconut leaf disease detection, like that, we need to search. Sir, what is the scope of research related to rice disease prediction? Because actually I able to know that most of the farmers are facing problems about these disease detections all out. So like if they have a smartphone itself, if we are giving the proper code, proper data set in proper accuracy, they can just only scan the leaf. Then they can also know about what disease that occurs to that leaf. Then they can take more precautions. So from that their side itself they can know about, nothing need to help from others or like that. Can we extract the image data set from text data, and if yes, it is. Actually, Kumari ma'am, I don't understand the proper question. What were the challenges that made you? Actually, if we are using webcam, Sujata ma'am, actually we are using the webcam. Those data sets we are facing the more challenges by the lighting itself. If you are seeing, actually now I just seen a photo by from my phone. At that time, if we are if more lighting in our area, we will not get a proper accuracy photo. That is the main defect when we are using webcam or system camera. So for that, we need to give more pixel cameras. Okay. How about the usage of these technologies by farmers now to ensure that they are going?
Sorry, there was a network issue. Maybe would like to take that question. See, how do we train the farmers? I hope you can still hear me, right? See, the AI itself can be used. Currently, if you see the current generation, very high-end mobile phones, they even have a suggestions what way the photos can be taken. So that kind of intelligence, if in the mobile phones can be integrated, then the farmers can also be educated. Take this photo in this particular direction, this much distance, this resolution, or the software itself can take, let's tell the people, this height is not correct, or distance is not correct, resolution is not correct. So that intelligence can be part of their mobile phone app itself, so that the proper photos can be taken by the farmers in every time. Only textual data may not be helpful for us because AI vision based always the data will be inputted, a robust amount of data, a mobile app will help them. That's exactly that was our trying to say. How do you about the suitability of machine learning model for decision? I think that's what the example he gave. So it is all possible. Only the data is required for this. For any kind of what we want to protect, we have to feed enough amount of data, and that can make. And we also okay. Any more questions to on this particular practical hands-on? Yeah. Recommendations always based on the see currently this recommendation are based on the how we are manually doing it. For example, the need of this we need this particular pesticides or this particular water is required. So those things are required. Predictions can be derived based on the input parameters, intelligence, and analytics. Currently, the whatever the manually we're doing, those analytics itself can be provided as a, recommendations, and additional which we think are important for farmers to do, that also can be derived as a recommendations as well. Okay. Next question is class imbalance on image data sets. Vishnu, can you take this question?
Okay, sir. How do we handle class imbalance in image datasets for computer vision tasks? Actually, we are dividing different. Now I just take the rice photo. So the rice leaf disease photo. There are different type of diseases occurs. So I need to identify the disease photos and I need to give it different classes. If I am facing one, I will show you. Sir, let me share the screen. Okay. If rice disease, if I am taking rice disease dataset, there are different type of classes here: bacterial blight disease, blast disease, brown spot disease, false smut disease. If I am taking bacterial disease photo, I need to give only the bacterial disease photo to that folder, that class. Then only we will get a proper output. Like this, we need to give the classes for blast disease also like that. For false mud disease, another photo. Like this, we need to train our classes in our data sets. Then only we will get a proper output.
data sets. I think that is this apps actually is all custom built. The company who is providing this service can be custom built. I think there are some government portals also there who are giving some apps.
Okay. Uh,
Uh, uh, Otherwise, I can share one more my slide, which I can also show you what another use case what we have tried earlier. We were participating in one of the 5G based 5G based challenge with Qualcomm, and that time working on how to make a sensorless automation. Because if you see the practically from the ages we've been working in different applications. For example, using the art quality, everything being done using cameras, sensors. So each parameter one sensor are being using. So what we thought, okay, this as this currency is there, those sensors, and how we can assess the so this and camera can play a very vital role. So what we use is uh, sorry. So this is another camera-based stuff. What we have done. So using camera, the level and quality monitoring we have done. So we trained this one taking each level 100 photos, 1%, 2%, 3% like this up to 100%. We have taken 100 photos for each job build. Then deployed camera for various industrial applications like sewage level, pharmaceutical chemical level, all this level monitoring. In fact, the quality of water can also be done. For example, if you see, we have put the flow sensor inside and there is a plate also. the more the clarity, including turbidity, the water quality, turbidity also we were able to predict accurately using camera and vision itself. The more the clarity of the underlying plate, more the clean water is there. So including such parameters like turbidity can also be effectively monitored and extracted information using camera and vision as well. So camera and vision has a huge potential in various use cases. In fact, we also proposed this for Namami Gange team also. They have a challenge of this textile industry effluent coming into Ganga and polluting Ganga water. And they were trying the sensor-based approach. And that was not efficient and also very expensive as well. So deploying a cameras where the effluent texture coming and there is a different reaction is happening. So identifying the right pattern, the chemical reaction happening, so we can detect what kind of effluents are coming, what are the results, what are the impacts are going to create, how much pollution level is happening. Everything can be done in a very effective way using camera and vision with a very minimum maintenance side. We don't need a sensors altogether going ahead. So this is where the we believe the camera, vision, AI have huge potential in every sector, as also explained by Vishnu, whether it could be a cars, the people, even in fact you take currently autonomous cars we have, ADAS, we call it assistant, driver assistant program, where the camera and LiDAR sensors, we are using both of them together to define autonomous cars as well. So one is the LiDAR sensors, which not only measure the distance, they also bring a 3D picture of the entire surrounding as well. Then camera. So bringing this data, if you take a current generation, some of the cars like Toyota Innova and namely some cars, they have both LiDAR sensors as well as the camera. So together, this data is used for the driving autonomous cars, ADAS, the collision detection. All that is possible. Where let's say driver is sleeping or dozing, then if collision is going to happen, this ADAS comes into picture, which is basically nothing but your LiDAR and camera integration very properly, which decides, okay, I need to brake the car. That all is a smart way, effective implementation of camera and different kind of sensors for various applications as well. This way, multiple applications can be built using the AI, which could be two ways. One is edge computing, as I told. Edge computing always expensive unless you have a network issues, you don't have connectivity. Then edge computing using AI can be done, and there are solutions from various companies. But NVIDIA basically very the pioneer in this sector, and also Qualcomm and many other companies as well, but the cost will be very high. Affordability is very high. Mass deployment may not be possible. Only select use cases can be done for edge cases. And cloud-based AI and everything is the way for mass deployment and scaling part. Any questions?
Okay, Ruksar Fatima ma'am. Hundreds of images are available on Google. Yes, in Kaggle, if you search for a data, in there you can see itself there are how many people's downloaded that data set and how many people's got used by that data set. For by taking that only you need to download a data set. If you need a data set of lot of images, there will be also show the how much GB that data set have. In the side of that data set, you can see 2 GB data, 4 GB set. So your purpose is need to train a small amount of data set. You can take 2 GB data set. If your purpose is for teaching students and you need to get a 90% accuracy, you need to take 4 GB data set. Like that, you need to decide which data set you need. Like that, you for the better result, you can take large number of photos data set. I think it will be 12 GB, 8 GB like that. But if we need to train the data set, we need also that RAM. If your 8 GB RAM computer can't train 12 GB data set, so based on that, you need to take the data set. I hope you understood. Senior sir, Vishalakshmi ma'am had a question.
Uh, Network layer is nothing but basically communication. For example, multiple technologies like LoRa, having technologies are data can be transferred. Again, it depends on the size of the data transfer. For example, only 12 bytes or 15 bytes more improvement, some kilobytes of data can be transferred. So this is always transfer. It should be always in a hybrid combination. LoRa, 4G, maybe large because images have to be transferred. So uh, having a hybrid combination of for sensor data is always LoRa image and
Okay, is there any questions from anyone? Okay, Ruxara ma'am. Yeah, actually, for getting proper output, we need to consider a lot of factors. One of the factor is only the data set, a number of images considering the data set. For getting proper result, I already said when we shown a photo to the camera or when we are providing a product to see that product to that camera, the lighting, the surroundings, all are the factors that for getting a proper output. Okay, nice question, Sujata ma'am. If we are preparing our own data set, we need to face a lot of challenge. That lot of time it will take. First of all, if you are taking a data set of uh, what we can take leaf disease itself. You are taking the mango leaf disease detection. You need first of all you need to identify what are the diseases, what all are the diseases that are happening to that mango plant. Then you need to take that photos. If one disease you already decided, and you need to take 100 or 200, 300 photos of that disease itself from different angles, from different lighting, like that you need to take. Then after that you need to take another diseases and proper mango plant photo also, like this hundreds thousands of photo you need to take. And after that you need to custom model training using YOLO V8 itself. For that training also you will take a lot of times. So these are the challenges we have faced mainly. We need to take that photos in different angles, in different light itself. If we take that properly, we will get a 90% or 100% accuracy itself. Okay, any other questions?
ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಮೈಕ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೈಕ್.
Okay. So you don't hear the answer of preparing our own data set? Okay. I will tell once more. If we are preparing our own data set, we need to take 100, 200, 300 photos of each disease. If you are taking mango leaf disease, we need to take 100 or 200, 300 photos of that disease and also normal photo of that mango leaf, and we need to train by using custom. Okay, okay. Sir, we take real-time images. Can we get the accurate results? Okay, I am saying that if we are taking the real-time images also, if you are taking the real-time images also, the lighting, the angles, our taking camera pixels are also a task of this. If you are using a high megapixel camera to take photos, it will take more FP or GB to that photos. So it will take another issue in preparing data set or training data set. Actually, we need to take real-time images itself, but we will get some issues. If you are downloading from the Kaggle or RoboFlow itself, they are also taking real-time photos and training. Okay, okay, Pooja ma'am, thank you, thank you. Actually, nowadays we all are working in the lab itself, our own PC itself. We can also try. We only need to uh, take 1 hour, 2 hour for this preparation. Actually, we can try our own data set, our own data set, or giving predefined data set. We can try how the machine learning influences us. No, sir. Actually, we need any specific size of data set. Actually, in the Kaggle or RoboFlow, we can see there itself what we need, and like that we need to download. Mm. Pratibha ma'am, is any domain expertise needed for validation? Actually, um, we can come back to that question itself. What is the ratio of training and testing? Actually, what is the ratio of training and testing means the image collection is very meticulous and quite tricky due to different kind of elements. Yeah, ma'am, Ruxara, ma'am. Actually, if you have available data sets, it's very better to us. Aisha, ma'am, can you
Vishnu, have you answered this question? Any domain expert is required?
No, no.
I will take this
Actually,
question.
okay.
Very good question. Domain expertise is very important in every field. For example, in our agriculture application, we are always talking to the agricultural university professors who have spent a lot of time in, they have that academic knowledge or maybe everything on a paper and everything. That knowledge must be documented and digitized. Then only AI will work. Without domain expert, nothing can be possible. The validation of the images taken, labeling them can be done only with the domain expert. It is the same thing even for the healthcare as well. Because if you see nowadays, AI and vision is also widely used in healthcare as well. For example, the symptoms based on the foot the diabetic part, and everything can be done. The many AI applications we are seeing in healthcare as well, where collecting the data set, labeling, and a domain expert putting his expertise into the what is this symptoms, what is the diagnosis level, all that can be done. In fact, if you see during the corona time, the X-rays been used to detect the corona label or infection as well. That is also another application of AI and vision as well. So that time also the people were able to detect to some extent. The domain expert is mandatory for every application. It could be agriculture, healthcare, or automotive, name it. That is much is required. The ratio for training and testing, it depends on each application. Very difficult to tell specifically what is required. End of the day, we need the accuracy, 99% or 100% accuracy required. It depends on that only. The image collection is a tricky part, quite tricky due to different climatic conditions, sense birds with available. Of course, all these constraints are there for us. So but it is a continuous work as well. The better the pictures, better the clarity, then it is easier to. And also it depends on the one is the pictures taken, when the pictures were taken, and actually the situation when we're monitoring. That all depends. So we need to have images for every possible combination. Then only the AI will be more accurate. Of course, lightweight AI models can be driven on the mobile phones as well, low-cost smartphones. Again, it depends on the mobile phones and also the kind of processor you use. For example, if you use a Snapdragon phones, which are very performance related and very efficient, and our Qualcomm has pioneered this one part. So Snapdragon series are very well, and if you use a MediaTek process, which may not be helpful because the low cost process they need fast execution, the process speed, RAM, all that is a challenge for us for low end phones. And I'm not sure if the farmers can really afford a Snapdragon based phones, which are really expensive, about 30K and plus. But possibilities there. Of course, agriculture and healthcare. Healthcare is more sensitive actually, and equally as agriculture as well. And even in what the challenge with healthcare is that certification is mandatory, like FDA certificates, everything. Any project if you do that must be certified from healthcare department. Without that, nobody will accept it. I think for healthcare, that's the biggest hurdle. How accurately you build, that is a more time consuming. That is the reason, right? It takes a lot of time in healthcare using AI and vision as well. Yes, exactly. The benchmarking is very important. Then only the people will accept the solutions, whether it is a technical or non-technical people. Always benchmarking with the reference is very important because we always compare what is the reference for me that I can accept this part. So it's a human tendency to make a reference or make a comparison. You certify. Certification is very important for any product to launch. You name it. For example, in our case, healthcare, as I told, FDA certification in USA to launch. Indian government has its own. If you take during COVID time, we developed a lot of products. ICMR certification was mandatory for us to launch this product. Anything. So the certification itself is nothing but your benchmarking part, where you have to prove these are the my inputs, these are my reference, these are the results, which is matching, which is conventionally being done. Then only this product will be allowed to launch, whether it is agriculture, healthcare, or any other domain as well.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Myself,
sir.
Dr. Shant Kumar B. Patil, Professor and Dean, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology. Generally, for the agriculture data, to split into testing and training, we used stratified splitting techniques. So, with this, you can get accurate result for the testing and the training. Maybe most of the time it is lies in the range of 75 to 25.
You use a static data, sir.
Yeah, stratified splitting techniques.
Uh-huh.
So it splits the data into training sets and the test data.
Okay. So if it is
What is
matching, that is very good, sir, actually. But always the real data is required. For example, one is a laboratory level testing, and second one is a real measurement. So both the cases will be different for us. So more the data, real time images, everything will only helpful with the real time applications usage as well.
Okay, sir. Correct.
What is the role of AI play in mitigating impacts of climate change on agriculture? Yes, actually, if you see the AI, the climate change, we are already witnessing it is currently either drought is there or complete uh, waters is there, flooding is there. So currently the climate change is already visible. Secondly, mitigating these aspects. Currently, if you see the way our human behavior with nature itself is the main reason for this, and all the what forest deforestation and also the overconsumption, over usage of the natural resources, all reason for this. So all this AI can play a very vital role in this part. In such situations, how do we build more yield with the constraints with all these challenges? I think that is a big potential what AI can play. In usually, if you see earlier, these kind of challenges our ancestors didn't face it, but we have very big challenges, constraints while do farming. And within all these constraints, how to get better yield, I think that is where the AI can play a bigger role for us. How can AI adapt new crops and regional differences over time? Definitely, ma'am. Actually, if a new crops, basically what we're finding is genetically modified or the laboratory grown. So we already have enough data that what we are doing it. Maybe that intelligence we need to incorporate in our AI model itself. And regional difference, of course, it will be there. This learning or the delta part with regional difference must be from the ground level itself. So what happens in the field in real time, that data need to be taken and can be trained. Either you can simulate in the laboratory itself whether the different soil is there, different parameters of the light, rain, moisture, or different parameters. Usually, the laboratory way of training may not be completely 100% because in the same field, even of 1 acre, 2 acre, every 10 feet, 20 feet, you can have a different composition of the soil and everything. So it should be a real-time based training model only can give a better accuracy. Any questions, please feel free to ask. AI or any other related technologies, you can ask us. Yes. Privacy, this data, what we do, first thing is encryption part. So data encryption plays very vital role in privacy maintaining. So you have to use very well-known RSA technologies, or nowadays we're talking also like quantum encryption as well. So the state-of-art encryption part is mandatory for any kind of data acquisition, transmitting, and storage as well. And also all this data must be linked to the user personal authentication method. It could be Aadhaar or it could be phone number. Only those people can access their own data. So this is a way to we can ensure the data privacy. Yeah, AI powered robots definitely. I think we are waiting for AI powered Optimus robots, particularly from Tesla company, particularly for domestic usage. But we're also building some AI-powered robots, particularly where the labor crisis is very big challenge for all of us. Not finding people to do farming is the biggest crisis for all of us. And also you have to training people what to do is also another challenge. So the robots with AI computer vision can definitely revolutionize the way we do farming, where people dependency can be completely cut off, right from selection of the seeds, and also harvesting, whatever all the operations, including weed removal, all this can be done very effectively using AI-powered robots. So next generation, I think the yield and taking the right decisions, everything robots can play vital role in agriculture. I think we are looking forward to see we own building our own robots. Particularly, we are working on weed removal part where my uncle always says finding labors to remove the weed is the biggest challenge. The first thing we want to remove is the weeds from the separation of the crops. That is the best way to start it. And we're also working on this model. I think definitely India has a huge potential. If we make AI powered robots in agriculture, our agriculture yield can grow massively. Yeah. So AI used for emerging technology to make groundwater and table in future. There is multiple ways. One is, as I told, we're talking about irrigation, precision irrigation. So need basis only. As I highlighted, we always over do whenever we turn on the motor and we go. As we are doing already, a lot of pilots are deploying across South India. Our information says on average we are extracting more than 2 lakh liters per day for a particular bore well. That is our average data, what we're taking. That is too much water we're extracting from groundwater. So first one is using AI and automation. This extraction of the amount of water need to be limited here. Need basis, which crop, what is the need, only using drip irrigation, all these advanced technologies without wasting, we need to do. For example, if you see the Israel, basically it is a what you call dry land. They don't have water at all. But if you see the way the precision irrigation they have done using drip irrigation and other methods, that is way to other countries can also emulate that one. And we also have to use the similar technologies for our own needs as well, bringing AI, the optimum usage of water and extraction. And also the groundwater need not to be used for other industrial applications as well. So currently, if you see, we are using the fresh water for every need as well. That has to be cut down. And replenishing the groundwater is very important. How do we rejuvenate the existing groundwater whenever it rains? That is also an important part. By putting the check dam at each agricultural level or the canals, dams, everywhere, these checkpoints are very important. So that we put the water back to the ground because this water table increasing takes millions of years for us. Today in Bangalore, the average borewell depth is nearly 1,000 feet plus, unfortunately. And this is going to be a day zero. Maybe we're not sure how quickly we will have it. So this is the reason the replenishing part also has to be more important along with the optimal usage as well. In commerce stream, okay, commerce stream, see there's a lot of data, all this computation part is there. I'm not a very qualified person for a commerce side, but if you see all this CA, all this part, the AI can do a lot of analysis of the large number of data. Usually, uh, huge data. Currently, the Excel-based approach, what they're doing it, formulas, everything, this chart GPT and other things can do more effective way, and the months effort taken by people can be executed in minutes as well. Analysis of part, what is the profit margin, all this, the loss, profit, everything can be very well done using this part. And also the lot of transactions happening. For example, today the UPI transactions, billions of UPI transactions are happening. How this data part, what kind of expenses are there, how much money is being spent by the people, all that effective the people behavior is there, who is making more profit, where the money being spent, I think AI has a huge potential in the commerce sector as well, so that the government can strategize where the money need to be invested and what are the ways. Now, recently, if you see the GST also rationalized much better way. So the rationalization are making such decisions can be based on only the data. Based on data only, now the what you call this GST segmentation has brought to 5% and 18%, only two sectors, so that it's more easier for people to pay, compute, analyze as well. Otherwise, multiple brackets always makes things very complicated. Fertilizer usage is fine. Irrigation, as I told, fertilizer usage, I think we don't have a really scientific way of doing either water usage or fertilizer, because always I think that is what is called. People always follow someone other else. What he is doing, other my neighbor or my ancestors have done, we are always following that part only. So it's more scientific approach is required in utilizing fertilizer and what nutritions really the fertilizer is needed. We always say we buy urea and other well-known fertilizers, we always use it. But really what soil needs, that need to be assessed first, then accordingly which chemical or which fertilizer is required need to be prescribed as well using a technology. That is all possible. Okay. One of my student is doing project on AI-based agri advisory system. Can you suggest which is best suitable method or app? Maybe sir, let him contact us or let her contact to us, so then we can understand what he is doing or he or she is doing. Then we'll accordingly tell. Of course, security issues are there. Cyber security issues everywhere is there. Only the data theft, because somebody put a serious effort, R&D effort, because this takes a lot of laborers effort over the period of time, and the people need to be compensated for the right work being done. And also, for example, this genetically modified crops, everything, this all formulas, everything are very important to preserve. So patents need to be secured as well. So always having a secured system is very important for avoid any kind of theft or intellectual theft, or people need to be compensated properly. Or why Indian approach, Indian methods should not other people steal it. That also is very important security issues. I don't think it's really a big issue from unless it's a defense kind of agriculture. Also, your patents and your indigenous data is very important. Unlike other countries, take ours, and because currently the other companies importing from us, if you take our data and formula, they can do also the same part. Then we lose our own commercial aspect of that what we have built, our years of indigenous effort, and securing such a knowledge our intellect is very important, and also that brings you a more secure cyber security as well. That's the reason cyber security is a very important field nowadays, whether storing all the privacy data and all these intellectual properties as well. In what ways can AI algorithms be applied to predict patterns of future trends in agriculture? Yeah, good question. So actually, the predicting future is difficult, but currently, from the past history and current, what we're doing can be tell, because the future prediction, what practices is all depends on R&D effort. So based on the R&D effort, test results only we can do. May not be possible that what best practices can come in future. It depends on a lot of R&D effort and what practical results are available. Yeah, of course. See, the crop grown before season, that is what actually AI can tell. Because that is the reason why we're emphasizing the history is very so important for doing of farming and best of practicing. As somebody asked, the repeating of the same crop or the having a diversification of the crop and monitoring the nutritions or the soil parameters is very important. Based on that, AI can clearly tell now this is a monsoon. This monsoon this much rain is expected, and based on this, based on your soil parameters and like this is the best crop because last time you did this X crop and now you do this Y crop and do these practices and you can get this much kind of yield. So that is what we can do. how satellite and drone technologies improve the data accuracy in agriculture for a better output. So satellite data, to some extent, is possible for us, particularly the soil parameters, moisture, and also what is going on, deforestation, everything. Satellite data is useful. And drone will be more better because there is a real-time data acquisition and also data uploading in real time with a more better camera and visualization that can yield both. Sensors, limited intelligence also only can be taken using the sensors, but the computer vision, it could be combination of both drone and satellite is the way which can yield better results for us. AI can become a threat to manpower. And until we have a restrictions for AI, then that is not a threat to us. I think we can always put a break. This is a maximum limit it can take. I think if you see the open AI, Sam is always telling that AI can be dangerous, but threat is there. But unless we can limit that execution part, AI can think, then take a decision. But execution, if you hold it, then definitely AI we can be our smart partner for all the current problems humanity is facing, whether it is agriculture or health or any other problem where we are not able to solve the problems. Many problems are still unknown to us, are not able to visualize the data, or we are not able to comprehend the problems. That kind of data AI can analyze and take decisions. Humans' minds are limited, and that is where AI can definitely our partner and friend. But we should limit the intelligence. What next should not become our own parallel thinking, and if we should give all the controlling part, so then it will be difficult for us. They can also manipulate. They can also manipulate a lot of things. For example, AI can be used for manipulating elections. I think that is the biggest threat what we have. The election results can be completely manipulated using AI, where the people on social media can be fed with both the side, right and wrong or negative things as well, because people perception can be changed using the AI itself. So these are some of the cases where the misuse or the exploitation is possible. Will AI replace human farmers or empower them? I am more on empowering them. AI will definitely empower the people. That is the need of the hour. May not replace. Because 100% automation may not be possible in next 2 decades. So how AI-driven smart farming promote agricultural sustainability by reducing waste and optimizing resources? Yeah, actually, sustainability is a very big word to tell where all optimization can be done. For example, if you take the entire food supply chain, that itself can be completely controlled or operated using AI. See, Indian population, 1.4 billion people. What amount of food is required on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis? We can get that data information starting from the beginning, the need itself. Then how much we can grow without overgrowing or undergrowing also can be decided using AI itself. So this way we can only produce the need basis only. Otherwise, we'll be wasting our part, natural resources as well. And this is where we can reduce our waste as well. And optimization, the entire operation or the farming itself by limiting the natural resources and making the intelligence, even the wastage and every step can be done. That is where because sustainability is all about optimum usage of natural resources and right from our need and production, and while production the wastage reduction, and also when we consume also the wastage reduction, everything can help us to build a smart and sustainable society as well. I think AI has huge potential, wide applications. So we don't know. It is just the beginning now. The AI application currently it is more desktop based, like documentation, analyzing data. But real application, ground level, are potentially are very immense. Particularly, I say that the massive urbanization has a huge potential for us. You take our waste. See, if you take any Indian cities, how much this garbage, if you see it, everywhere the roads are dirty, the sewage treatment is not done properly, the plastic wastage, all this you can see everywhere. If you building the right robotics, the right technologies which can take care of all this part and help us to maintain the clean cities and not to waste everything. All this has a huge potential for us in every sector, you name it. So I think India itself and a classical example how to use AI in every part of such a vast country and such a diverse people with the different thinking, mentality, education, everything. It is such a different country for all of us. And AI, automation, robotics, all that can play a very, very role. Otherwise, India, it is a bigger challenge for us the way currently we are doing it, everything manually driven, which may not help us. Particularly, I personally believe the waste and waste treatment has a huge potential in AI part. You take the water wastage, sewage wastage, we don't have places for us today. Our entire water body is being polluted. Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, you name it, all are polluted. How do you do the waste treatment properly? See, I heard somebody telling next big billionaire will come from waste treatment itself. So how do we reduce our wastage and treat the wastage and recycling we do it. And AI has a huge opportunity in that particular sector. Okay. So will there be any environmental concerns using AI in farming? Environmental is the entire tech is a water guzzling industry. You name this data centers. You take this data centers completely, the AI is doing huge amounts of water they're guzzling. This Microsoft, Nvidia, or Meta, Facebook, these data centers consume huge infrastructure, water, electricity. Building tech and running that tech AI itself is a big challenge for us. And that is where I see only environmental concerns. Otherwise, AI is definitely going to help us. Maybe what we should need is the technology which doesn't need too much natural resources or infrastructure, because this data centers requires huge investment both financially and infrastructure point of view. Robotics which have a intelligence which can localize, which can think on there without too much need on a centralized execution. That robotic that way also can help us to reduce the natural or environmental harmful effects on the nature itself. But secondly, if you take currently the EV, what we talk about, we are all celebrating EV. But the problem with EV is that this batteries, who is going to recycle these batteries? If all the batteries start failing, there is no way we would have technology. This recycling of EVs batteries can be done. And this is also, if you where will dispense these batteries which are not more working, and the hazardous batteries which have acid and everything. This technology has brought our dependency on the fossil fuels, but these batteries are not a may not be a right solution for us for the long term point of view. That is the reason in automotive industry, what we need is a clean energy. The clean energy where the wastage is not there, or we don't have to worry about the recycling, like hydrogen based fuel system or fusion reactions. Is a more sustainable way of building energy for our needs as well. Yes. This early detection is early monitoring is very important as the day one progress as need is that one is a manual monitoring whether the farmer can do on a daily basis or weekly basis using his camera, mobile camera, or the drone. What we are planning from our side is that daily one round of entire village using a drone technologies take a pictures. So early detection is very important so that if the problem is smaller, easier to solve. Once it scales with entire form, then containing it will be challenge for us. Yes. We need to charge. We need to find alternative ways to. Ideally, my preference would be why do we need a lithium batteries to, and then the other why do we charge also? We need something more sustainable energy system which doesn't need this charging, maintenance, acid part, recycling part, more natural energy where the sun energy itself can be harvested properly. I think our limitation has been there is an energy sector, unfortunately. We need somewhere but much easier to store and charge as well. The solar energy is one part, but this brings is so storing it is the biggest challenge for batteries for us. Real time usage and generating energy usage without storage can be a next generation technologies. Only time will tell for us. Okay. Any more questions? Please
Sir,
feel free to ask. Yeah.
sir, it is not with this domain, sir, but I was
Yeah.
trying to do one project on IoT,
Yeah.
like school bus tracking system and the activities that have to be monitored through RFID.
Ah.
Uh, how do you think, sir? Because RFD has a very short range
Yes, sir.
and tracking of the activities within the bus is feasible. But externally, how do we track and monitor these things is
Yeah.
one
Ma'am. Yeah.
challenge or doubt I have. And how do we go about this?
Yeah, this can be a combination of multiple ways. One is, as I told, there are two things here. One is the bus tracking and students and faculty tracking. If I my problem statement, if I understood correctly.
And even tracking the activities within the bus, sir.
Yes, this is the third one. So these three problem statements. So one is first is as you are aware, this we can use a GPS technology for tracking a vehicle in real time. That can use to track the vehicles in real time, and you can overlay with your GIS data, where is a real time mapping
Yes.
can be done. That
Yes, sir.
part. Secondly, the student monitoring. One is within the vehicle, so that you can use a camera inside the vehicle itself. Now, because entire in urban we have camera. One is the data can be live streamed or the camera can store itself. Whenever the network is available, it can upload the data. So within the vehicle, camera can be used to monitor what is the students are doing, who is boarding the bus or who is deboarding the bus. All that can be tracked, and in fact, the alerts can also be given to the parents, saying that now this so and so student got into vehicle, an alert can go.
Ah,
And when it reaches school, then alert can go that now students reach the school. And when they start again starting from the school, then again alert the parents. That is the one way face-based and people-based activity detection alarms. And secondly, when you are out of the vehicle, that is next question is either it could be a small battery-based IoT system or we have air tags. If you see, some companies have installed air tags, very battery powered air tags can be used in the bags itself, where the bags are ID card of the students. See, ID cards of the students can also be connected with the air tags, which charge can last for 1 week to 2 weeks as well. So that can give a real time location. Again, if you want, you can use a cellular technology or it could be a BLE. Bluetooth based way or concept where it can be used as well. So that way, with nearby technologies, people can be tracked as well. So all combinations are possible. Only the cost part will decide what is the best technology for you. Low cost solution will be RFID. The 50 centimeter to 50 up to centimeter RFID can be scanned. And if you are willing to invest more, then this air tags kind of solutions can be used, which is much better. And even distance where the student is going after deboarding the bus can also be tracked as well.
Sir, if you are using RFID, sir, within the bus also, the bus length is too big, the college bus or school bus. Maybe the capacity is 70. In that condition, can we use RFID?
Yes, ma'am. RFID, one is RFID also, as I told, LoRa is another kind of an RFID based approach where it can transmit within 1 kilometer range. See, we have seen LoRa based RFID cards where the transmission happens within 1 kilometer. They can transmit the data. You can collect that data within that bus. You can have a one gateway within the bus. So even if you have a like Volvo bus also kind of things, then that data can be captured. You don't have to swipe your card. You can just sit and the data can be collected.
Okay, thank you, sir.
How AI can deal with the multi-dimensional problems with the high variance and random. It's all about data only, madam. So the parameters basically, if you take the how do we solve this multi-dimensional? Basically, the how do we represent this problem itself in a matrix format? There are in the 2D, 3D matrix, you can add it. For example, it is a one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional. Your matrix basically data populating and visualizing. If always it is being done using like a matrix format, so you can have as many as dimensions, as many as your matrix. It could be as 8 by 8 matrix, or it could be like that you can plot it and create a relational data between all that. It doesn't matter. All we end of the day need is the data or to represent that particular problem statement variance. More the complex, more the data is required for us. Yeah, definitely. Rural area, that's the reason, sir. AI part, that's what our model is very simple, sir, to solve this problem. It should be a hybrid combination where the investment is minimum, but output is maximum by leveraging the shared resources. The drones and everything must be shared resources, need not to be owned by the farmers. So, like a Gram Panchayat owning a couple of drones, and people can pay each crop based some money to the Gram Panchayat, and we'll maintain these drones for that. So, that is a way, like a typical cooperative society model, where the resources are shared, which are expensive and not affordable for farmers. And it is also need to be a combination of sensor based and AI. Only AI will not do everything. There's also needs of people inputs, sensor input. All that input also is required. And this also needs a people support at a ground level, and incentivizing the people also is required. How do we motivate people to use this AI part? If one farmer follows and gets a better yield, and again, how do we transfer that particular learning and everything? That is all can be part of these platforms. That's what actually I was insisting, a platform for people, each village, taluka level, district level, state level, where the people can share their thoughts, their best practices, and how to increase the yield, what are the problems they are facing, where is the difficulties there. All that is one single platform which enables entire state or the country itself. And that is where we are trying. We have just started this journey. One single platform which can enable entire rural India by bringing the both government projects, private projects, and equipment. So this has to be a movement. Then only I think is a common learning. A teamwork always when more useful than individual contribution and individual learning itself.
Sir, maybe this is not the right platform, but yes, I just wanted to know, sir. We are developing some smart products, sir. We
Yes, sir.
have delivered some delivery bot to Leap My Logistic Company for to commute to the parcel tower, carrying the parcel to the parcel tower, placing there. And we
Uh-huh.
have given it to Leap My Logistic Company, owned by Ravi Gurraj.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
and now we have designed and developed a smart meter, sir.
Uh-huh.
Smart meter, electricity smart meter, which
Mm-hmm.
costed us around about 1200 to 1500,
Mm-hmm.
but not on the calibrated device, but we have validated it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we have not used calibrated sensors,
Mm-hmm.
but it's running fine. But what the
Mm-hmm.
smart meters they're charging us 8,000, 12,000, we could do within 1500 rupees.
Mm-hmm.
But we do not have an idea how to commercialize it or how to go about it. Uh, can you guide us on this?
Yes, ma'am. First thing is energy part, ma'am. This product certification is very important. There are the certifications for energy are there. So there are maybe in if you want to sell in India, there are some certifications. I think ISO, some more certification for accuracy side. You have to do that part. And for
Yeah, that
domestic,
is safety side also. We have spoken to some of the companies, sir, on the safety side. And we have spoken to BIS also, Bureau of Indian Standards.
uh,
Uh, because that should be approved is what they said, the lab which where we are doing this experimentation. And they are telling us it should be standardized.
yes.
On that part also we are working out.
Yes, sir. That
And
is the first thing
safety
you have to do. The
measures.
standardization of safety, accuracy, both
Yeah.
is required.
Yeah.
Second part is always we selling ourselves. Everything is a big challenge, man. My personal experience also as a co-founder, we need to always engage with other people who need this kind of solutions. There is one is system integrators are there. People like system integrators like L&T, particularly in this space, you name it, L&T is there. Is the biggest player in this particular sector. So we need to approach the system integrators. We always get the big projects, and they always people import everything from China. Currently, this energy related meters, everything we import it. And one is this, and also there are people like dealers are there. The local dealers will be there. So we need to engage such people where who already have existing customers and they need solutions like yours. So then your selling becomes easier. We directly selling people is always a big challenge, and huge time consuming and also money demand is there. So also there are platforms like Flipkart or this, and also the government selling platform like Gem
Yeah,
is there.
yes, sir. Yeah, I just wanted my next question was, what's your thought of putting it on the online platforms or e-commerce
That is the way to reach
platforms?
out, man. Without zero marketing, you can put it. All we need is a good word of mouth. If you take my own example, till today we don't have any marketing team. All our orders are inward orders. Word of mouth, a customer referring customer. We are handful of orders. That is the best strategy for you to sell. If your product is there, we don't need to talk. The product will talk for you. That's it. That is the strategy.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very happy to answer any product commercialization, my own experience in launching a product. If you have anything, I am free to tell my own experience as well. How do we started? How do we? Why do we? Why people accepted? All that we have a lot of experience in building indigenous tech, and also convincing people why we are different and why these are relevant. It took a lot of time for us to make people understand. Finally, some recognition, some people validating that really help us. So in India, the biggest challenge is coming out of Western influence and launching product is always big challenge for us. And there is a huge opportunity because our government is also very keen on building indigenous tech as well. Yeah. See, actually, if you tell my own journey, maybe a little bit, it may motivate you or some other people as well. See, I come from Kalburgi, and we stay in Sarjapur, Bangalore now. It's water scarcity area is there. We were dependent on tanker water supply, and there was one day discussion between me and my wife. Why we were using almost 8, 9 tankers per day? Only 4 people, 2 kids, 2 adults. So this was the first discussion, me and my wife, which went in wrong direction. She challenged, you are a hardware engineer. You help me how to understand why you are using so much water. So my quest is always about solving the problems, not emphasizing on the solution side. So that is from the day one that thought process is there. So my understanding was our infrastructure is all about these plastic tanks or cement tanks, overhead tanks. And these store water and distribute water. And a convention of pumping solution is there. Why can't we make this a smart and help us to understand our consumption? That was the genesis of Nimble Vision. So we started as a pilot. First, what we did was live level. That was the first intention. Then we saw aggregating the data. What we saw that the huge pattern was we saw it, just like AI part. Every level 1 centimeter variation, we were able to collect the data. So when I saw the data, that thought came, how I can leverage this data. There is a pattern, systematic pattern. The means the what is going at home, I was able to relate to that particular pattern. So then we thought, okay, I can bring the consumption part without water meter. That is how second improvement came. So without water meter, hourly water usage, we brought it by just recognizing the pattern, putting the motor on and off time, the sump level, the multiple parameters were there. So that becomes very handy for me because the maid used to come around 6 o'clock, 6 to 7 o'clock. How much water being used, I was able to track. Then 7 to 8 kids taking bath, all that. Every activity at home, we're able to monitor with the level base itself. That becomes a very huge thing for us. Then we reduce our consumption also by just pointing out who was using more water or is there any leakages were there at home. So that is how our journey started. When we started pitching it to some very qualified people, nobody believed us. How you can measure consumption without water meter? We are using water meter for 50 odd years. Boss, some IITs laughed on me saying that you are from tier 2 engineering college, you don't have any sense that how this can be done. That was a statement even also I received. But we stick to our understanding. We saw the potential is there is accuracy is there. Then we started deploying our own. We took this gut feeling and we started free pilots with us, many people. And meanwhile, I also invited a few of my ex-colleagues and also my classmates from various people from Kalburgi or various colleges. See, we have developed a certain product. I want to showcase this. So one day I told you will all have a free lunch. So you come and have a free lunch. So that way I invited around 30 odd people who all came to our home. So we gave a marathon session, completely the results, what we have done. And out of 30 people, 15 people saw the potential is very huge. This is way back in 2018 itself. So then each one of them came with 1 lakh rupees as a funding to us. So I didn't expect that people will invest money from their hard-earned money, this kind of idea, which nobody believed us. But fortunately, they believed in us and the technology, the potential it had. So that is how our journey started. Then also after that, immediately what happened? The Jal Jeevan mission came. The central government just echoed our view, what we were trying to tell. So that really helped us. So when you start something good, I think I always feel that the things start falling in your place. So then we got selected in Jal Jeevan mission. They gave a funding, a lot of grants for us to improve the solution for the municipality needs as well. So that is how we improved our solution from the government grants, private grants, a lot of awards, because everybody appreciated, oh, this is a different approach, what we have seen from so far. That really helped us. And we also got a lot of connect with the industries like Qualcomm and many people who also helped with the right inputs to scale this platform, building on various communication protocols and everything. That mentoring with a lot of incubation centers is very handy for us. The feedback, a constructive feedback was very important for us. How to take it further, what are the channels to sell it, where to sell it. Because basically I'm a technology person, that all the commercialization, marketing part, everything was very new to for me. But we learned over the period of time by interacting with a lot of people. So a lot of tech talks were there, a lot of water expos are there. I went to a lot of water expos. These water expos keep happening across India. So we started exhibiting our solutions. We interacted with a lot of water purifier people or the other people. They came to with a lot of problem statement. See, I have water ATM, water purifier is there. I'm not able to track. I want to track this, how much quality is there, what is my rejection ratio is there, water. There's so much bunch of knowledge and understanding was there for us, the way we started. That a huge learning for us, and also understanding that so much problem statement is there in this water and sewage sector where no solution was there. So we are one of the early beginners in this sector, and we kept on improving our technology. The way we started was a sensor, a Wi-Fi based solution, later 4G, 5G, and now later AI, vision computing, everything we integrated. So as I'm always an integration manager, my role was more of an integration manager during my corporate career as well, where I spent a lot of time in Cisco and Bosch, in bringing a team from Israel, UK, and India and France. So that's all we have put together. I'm building a hardware-based platform where these problems can be solved very quickly. Now the need is that the time to market has to be very short. That is where the potential is there. We need to be very well conversed or knowing the open source from a software point of view. This is software is always important. You don't have to build everything from scratch. You will not end up bringing the right solution at the right time. Leverage open source, and all the GitHub should be your second house, your home and GitHub. That's all your life from the software point of view. Everything is open source nowadays. You name what you need, it is available on the GitHub. You need only smartness or intelligence that what is available and what is your problem and how do you customize it. That's all your intelligence is required. That is what my experience, and I'm very fortunate that we have been very much supported from all the people, not only the state government, central government, even I don't believe if I had been continued my career in corporate, I would have received this kind of recognition or the support or the exposure, meeting a lot of people. That really blessing in disguise, meeting a lot of people, lot of government people, IAS officers, you name it. I have spoken to, as told to Prime Minister Modi and various ministers as well. This always a blessing where you want to solve a problem, you know the technology, right technology, and how to bring it. And also, a lot of learning is also required. So, this is a very collective effort. And I have been very blessed with a lot of friends who helped us in funding and getting recognition. Many of my classmates have invested in our company also. That trust has really helped us that way, actually. That is my experience. And also, the problem statement, what we saw in various industries very different. Maybe a few more minutes are there. I will want to share those things. When I was training in Leh Ladakh, this is under Jal Jeevan mission, we saw the challenges that सर IoT तो ठीक ठाक है हमारे लिए ये पानी विंटर में फ्रीज हो जाती है इसके लिए क्या करेंगे हम लोग so there is a lot of basic questions were asked in solving. As I have always emphasized, solving a problem is very important. Solution should be a secondary for us. Over engineering has to be avoided all the way. So what I asked is why it freezes because the temperature of surface is around minus 20 degrees Celsius. So freezing point 0 degrees Celsius, the water easily reaches. That is the reason it gets freezed. So when my approach is always more problem solving as told. So I told let's try one thing where we'll put first a 6-inch pipe. Inside that we'll put another 3-inch pipe. Let the water flow in 3-inch pipe. So there is a little vacuum. It can avoid this freezing point. Fortunately, it worked. So that is many such things where we saw where is no engineering effort was required. It was more of applying little plumbing, little electrical part it was required. And secondly, when we were designing the electrical hardware, what we felt initially, my experience early 2000 was that, and I passed out, the AC current is always a big problem. AC fluctuation, which always brings down your entire assembly, you have to replace it. So that way time itself, I was thinking how to avoid AC. That is the reason all our board, when we started itself, all were DC powered. And in fact, we also made with the OTA because my team was very small. When we started, hardly 4 members. So visiting any customer to make any software upgrade or anything was a big challenge because we had customers in Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi, everywhere. So from the day one, we brought OTA feature that really helped us to update all our IoT, whether it was the 2G, 4G, Wi-Fi, everything. That OTA experience really helped. And when we are solving a problem, you don't have to always focus that solution only. You have to also collect the data of what is happening with the surrounding of your IoT itself. Because sometimes you are never able to tell what exactly went wrong with your solution. So collecting the data, what makes IoT run smoothly also is very important. So aggregation of the diagnostic information, your functionality, putting all of them together is very important when you design a hardware. And that will help you to or reduce your manual effort, your maintenance effort. Because in hardware, always important that how do you reduce your manual effort? That will decide your scalability and how many customers you will reach. Because you take a classic example, Ola today, if you see, Ola is a classic example how not to build a scooter. See, just putting things together without proper testing or integration, you will end up too many complaints. Every day have 7,000 complaints. They had a very great opportunity to become the India's number one scooter, but they completely lost it because of poor engineering or not understanding what they need to build. And if you take TVS, they took their own time. They built properly, they tested properly. Today, TVS is number one in EV two wheelers. See, that is the approach. A approach is very important. How do you build a scalable solution where you don't end up too much repairing your own product? That will decide how far you go, and that is all about hardware engineering. This is very reflect or true in every product you name it. That is how, if you today, if you take in aircraft also, why Russia, France, or US are so much pioneer in this sector. That requires a lot of R&D, too much effort from long term. That experience, knowledge must be built over the period of time. I think hardware building is not always easy, but a sustained effort and a lot of learning from each other's mistakes is very important. Generation is basically always an evolution. Unlike in software, it's a revolution. Software you can build overnight. See, currently the app can be built overnight. You don't need too much time to build a software app or web or anything. AI can do for it too. But hardware takes its own time. The journey is not so easy. And also, if you patent properly everything, nobody can beat you as well. You can be a completely dominating player like some Western companies, what we have. That is where I'm always insisting hardware is everything going ahead. People must invest, learn about hardware. It is a long term journey, it is a marathon learning. It is not to be a sprint always. And we Indians, unfortunately, we want a quick solutions or the early quick money. You remember always which is easier to do, anyone else can copy it. I think we have to understand that part and emphasize more on the intellect or knowledge, which is a long term and which can benefit all of us.
I think. Hello. Any questions? Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I think no, much of your time has been taken, sir, today.
It's okay, ma'am. Actually, I love to talk because I also come from teaching background. As you know,
Ah,
my parents were both were teachers, so I
yes.
like to train and to share my experience. Always love to do this part.
Yes, sir. It was too much, means interactive session, informative session, sir. And I think from your journey, we all of us have inspired and motivated, sir, by knowing your journey. Thank you, all the participants, for these interactions and all. I hope you have got a lot of knowledge in this session, from this session. And I thank, on behalf of PDA College of Engineering, Vishnu sir also for the information shared today. And I wish all the success for our participants by using this the products and all, how to implement and all, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And I request all the participants to fill up the feedback link shared in the chat box. And tomorrow's session, technical session, will start by 6 p.m. Please join in time. Thank you, one and all. Thank you so
Madam,
much,
I
sir.
have one question, madam.
Thank you all.
Okay,
So,
sir. Okay, sir.
yeah,
Okay, sir.
sir, our experience, farmer experience, in front of the farmer experience.
Awesome.
So, how to convince them about these AI tools?
Awesome. Yes, sir. Actually, sir, none of the experience, my experience is that the results, some reference always handy.
Yes, sir.
So we have to take one or two people, farmers into confidence, then show the results, then others will just follow that part. That is a way to take people into confidence. Rather than we always speaking, if somebody speaks for you, then that becomes always easier to onboard people. That is my personal experience regarding my own solution as well. People still refer our own product always. So we don't, if just first couple of customers always challenge, once they are onboarded, and others will just follow others. That is a way and strategy for us to sell any product.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
I have a small question, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Lastly, so myself Shankari Mahato. I'm from the University of North Bengal. Sir, my question is that suppose there are a lot of farmers are there in the North Bengal.
Sir.
Like most of them are marginal and small. More specifically, they are the small farmers out there,
Okay.
and there are tea gardens also.
Mm-hmm.
So, in case of the small farmers, if
Mm-hmm.
we want to integrate them with like technological advancements, like we have enam out there, but the lacuna that I found in the enam, that there is the farmers, they are not technically advanced. So if they know the price beforehand, like what, like when to sell and what to
Mm.
sell. So if we want to build kind of a model out there, because we have a center out there that is COFAM, Center of Floriculture and Agribusiness Management. So is there any possible way to build a system to let them know about the price discovery? Like how we can do that? Like regardless the awareness part.
Yes, sir. Very good question, sir. This is also we realized actually motivating people and providing the right information is very important. So always, I think money plays a very important role in this part because everyone is driven by how much profit or money we are making in this part here. So let's say the farmer has a particular crop, particular yield, can always give information saying that this particular where if you sell it, you will get this much profit or this month. That's what actually in our platform we are bringing. So we'll be telling all the nearby places where he can get the best price for his sales. And we also try to enable all the procurement, selling part, everything can be taken care. So providing people a reference, if you sell here, you can get this much more profit. That communicating also in the way he understand and multilingual. For example, in Kannada, or the language they understand, they may not read. Can we also have audio or visual informations? That also important. One is the communication data and communication medium is very important. And what excites him is that money part. So if these things are correctly used, then people will be self-motivated for this. And also social media. That is the reason the social media, one person, I think we call something like validation or references. So reels, currently the people are passionate about reels nowadays. So there are some people, if you see organic Mandya, if you see from Mandya, one person who is doing organic farming, see, he's a super hit. He's not only doing his own thing, and he's also helping so many farmers by helping people with the right doing things and also buying from them. And also he's selling as well. I think that has to be done every taluka level or district level. So then automatically people will follow each other. That is the best way, strategy point of view. We always follow the group. I think we always have that mentality. That is a way to put things. And it's not only that organic Manda person. I think each taluka district level, we should need one more very self-motivated people to bring people on board. Or in India, the procurement part need to be eased out first and give the best price without any commissioner or any mediators and give the best profit, pass on the margin to them. That is the way to motivate.
Okay, sir. I just want to add another. It's a bit
Yeah.
late, I know, sir. The thing is that there, you see that I belong to a place that is Darjeeling district from the West Bengal, and we all know that Darjeeling district is divided into two sectors basically. That is the hill part area, and
Mm.
another part is the plain area. Okay, so the hill part is entirely that based on the tea, timber tourism
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all the things out there. But recently we have found out that there are, you see, the farming related to the organic farming like dragon fruit, as well as we know that the mandarin orange is there. The production is very high out there, and there are certain crops are being now produced, but they don't know what to like sell out there, and they don't have the price realization, so that they don't have the profit margin, or they don't have much share in the consumer rupees. So there are intermediaries, as you have already said. So
Mm-hmm.
how we can this minimize this intermediary, so that those farmers, they can avail the most of the profits. If we can do something on behalf of on behalf of the university or a group of research scholars, so how we can do that, sir?
Yeah, actually, there are two approaches. One is as we also doing. One is online. Second one is offline. See, online, wherever the social media, the people are using, that is a way to promote your push. Secondly, the offline, where, as I told, no, I told we are participating certain expos and there are some events are happening, or you do this offline, some social gatherings are there. So we have to promote in both the ways. Then only you will get to know the traction. Basically, it's a chain reaction. One chain reaction has to initiate. Then it automatically will start everything. We should try both online presence as well as offline both. So local school level, for example, you can go to schools, see schools, colleges, conduct sessions. See, maybe their parents are doing farming. See, I hire many people. Basically, all their parents are farmers. If you talk to the students in college, school level, conduct some sessions, then they will go and tell to their parents. See, in our college, some people came. They were telling about how this, all these things. Can we try? So you try, if you're not able to directly reach a farmers, then find a way how you can indirectly reach those people as well. Offline, online, both combination always work. That is my personal experience. So that is how we are able to sustain and scale as well. Both. And personal interaction plays very important role everywhere. See, I have seen myself when we talk particularly one to one, face to face, that has a much bigger impact than online sessions or mass. People may not always focus whenever we interact, the one-to-one interaction and answering all their queries, the way they understand, that is the next big thing. Sometimes people are very technical, sometimes people not very mid-technical or no technical. So we need to speak the way they understand. So that is very important. That is way you communicate, layman point of view, mid-technical, complete technical. Sometimes I have seen some people are too much technical. They ask even a formula, they ask me sometimes the graphs as well. See, some senior people I have seen in corporate people, when we're selling some solution, they tell me, can you put this in a formula and explain me? This is also questions I have seen. Then we put y is equal to mx plus c, all a square minus b square, all that technical stuff are the layman point of also is to put this. If you sell for this much, you will get this much money. We should be ready to converse the way it engages people. That is what your selling point will decide.
Okay, so basically we need to start with the grassroots level, if it's possible to one is to
Exactly,
one.
exactly. It should be engagement, engagement. People engagement is very important. It will not happen online too much. Personal
Yes.
one-to-one interaction, interacting with people, always that impact lasts for more time. See, you watch interact people, you watch movies. That impact or effect is very small term. But you talk to people, they will remember you, what you speak to them. I think that's the best way I feel strategy wise. See, when I'm selling my own products, big deals, see, whenever hardly two discussions are required, very big orders for us. I just go to people, like say recently I went to Hyderabad, a very big gun industrialist. 1 hour, one-to-one discussion, all is very happily answered. Deal is done. If you have to communicate over email, hundreds of email channels, you have to to and fro, you have to keep doing it. That is very important.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I'll be definitely contacting you, sir. Namaskar, sir.
Yeah, definitely. No, right. Okay, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am. Good night to all.
Good night. Good night,
Bye.
sir. Good night, sir. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.